7 players. First four. And push it up. I'm out of it. Take it out. Go now. Good. Push him up. Alright. Yep. Alright. Top board is 4 of spades, king of diamonds, 3 of hearts, and I need everybody to rescan your cards, please. King of diamonds, 3 of hearts. Check, 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 check. Alright, take a turn. 6 of spades. Check, 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 check. Bet 35. Call 35. Call 35. Fold, 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 fold. 3 players. And a club.
Check.
Check.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to this Friday, March 15th stream of 1-2 No Limit Poker at Red Star Social in Austin, Texas at Burnett and Research. We are here today to play some cards and have some fun. And it happens to be a big day over at the Red Star. Big E, the man himself, our Papa Poker Noel, the host of the festivities, and Big Don at Red Star. It is his birthday, and we are running promotional events all day long. We are running 2 times the normal promotions and extra bounties on E if you can come felt them at the cash game. And got gamblers of all stripes, your nits, your lags, your GTO optimals, and your non-GTOs, your casuals, your friends.
Looks like double shots too.
Double shots as well. We have all the fun. Looks like someone's brought some party favors. So sit back, relax. I am Nick, your host. I am here with Dustin in the booth. I think we'll be joined in times by Vicky, and hope that you guys have as much fun as we do casting this for you as we look down at some no limit hold'em action. Buttons on Reese, and let's hope we open up with a big one. Dustin, do you know if we open up with a big one? Dustin doesn't know. The future is a mystery to Dustin as well. It gets folded around to Reese. Actually, it looks like it was a straddled pot, and Reese raises at 15 from the button with ace-8 of clubs, perfectly reasonable. Cash looks down to ace-4 of diamonds, 3 bets him to 35.
3 players.
It looks like E's going to be in between. He called the 20, and the 3 bet wasn't big enough to force anyone out. Flop a 6-5 ace, all monotone, all hearts. E the only one with a heart, but both Reese and Cash have an ace. E bets out $50. A lot of times people fast play both a flush or a flush draw, so it's good if you're going to do both to sort of balance yourself. He could have flopped a flush and is trying to get value, or he could just try to keep the pot reasonable for his ace to get a heart and suck out. Turns king, gives the a pair. Looks like he's going to continue to fire, representing flop flush, 2 pair. Cash has a decision. Flop the ace. He has to decide if he's best. He's getting a very good price. Pot's about 310, only 100 to call. But Cash's ace is pretty weak. He could have been in there with a much stronger ace. He likes to let it go. Cash didn't have a heart in his hand. The birthday boy gets a little bit richer, and looks like they're going to have to try pretty hard to felt. The more chips he gets, the harder he is to felt. Got a great lineup for y'all today. Bunch of fantastic players. Looks like we're a little bit short, but hopefully we fill up. Got Big E in the button currently. To his left is Cash. Victor in the 1 seat. Josh is in the 3. Chad's in the 4-5, and Don is rounding out the mix. It's folded around to Don. Opens up for $10. Jack 10 in the low jack. Cash gonna call his 8-9, his suited connector. Always fun to take a flop. They flop well. Board ace 6-7. Cash is open-ended. Don with a bunch of air. Cash checks and Don c-bets 15. Cash calls. Turn pairs the board. Just check. River's an ace. Cash sort of waves a white flag. Don gonna win a small pot with Jack High. Yeah. You know, it's fun to do. It's always nice when you turn over Jack High. It's the best hand. It's a surprise. It's like you found $20 in the seat cushions. You didn't know that 20 was there. You weren't even looking for the 20. You were looking for, pen you dropped. Oh, look, there's a 20. Jack High. Shows you the importance of betting your draws, position. Don definitely could have fired again, taken the pot away. Cash could have stabbed, check-raised the flop, seen where he was at. Playing it passively sort of kept the pot small, but it also precluded his chances to win when you miss. Out of position is sometimes first bluffing position. Bunch of cards in the left. Reese looks down to King Jack, offsuit, low jack, raises it up to 11. Yo, he calls. He calls with King 10, a couple of Broadway cards. Josh defends his big blind. Could come 8-3. Could come some sort of drop line. Who knows? Cash in there also defending the blinds. Defense, people. Defense. Can't let people steal. Flop a 4-7 deuce. Cash on top with top pair right now. He fires out one check to him. Cash makes the raise. Says I got top pair. See if you got anything better. It's a min raise, 20 more. He might call with his should call probably, getting a great price with his 2 overs. Go to a turn. Ace right away. Scary card for Cash. He fires anyway. He could have been floating with an ace. He could not have been. Doesn't mean you should check. Just anyone could have that ace. Hope y'all are having a fantastic Friday. It's South by Southwest here in Austin. City is bustling. It is overcrowded. A constant party. It's a little bit like our Mardi Gras. Lots of fantastic music in town. Lots of people in from out of town. And yet our card room is also full and bustling. If you come down, see us tonight, Red Star Social at Burnett and Research. Got a bunch of great games going. Several tables. Lots of good action. Lots of fun people. And 2x promotions for this Friday only, as well as deals on hours. So tonight's a great time to stop by. But if you're not going to come all the way out, please stay with us and watch Cash call 5 and Victor raise it up on the button with a spicy 5-7. Fun little suited gapper. Everyone's sort of in the same neighborhood here. cash folds. They could have gotten to an interesting flop, played a big one, 5-6 and 5-7, 6-8, but Victor takes one down. Victor doesn't play a lot of no limit hold'em at Red Star. He's one of our deuce to 7 specialists. Definitely an old school super system game for those of you who have read the ancient tomes of poker. It's the buttons on Josh. Super System was a great book. Not heavy on the math, but the math behind it is still applicable today, and great at familiarizing yourself with the world of poker. Covers so many games. He raises up to $10 with his King 9. It's folded around to Victor, who 3-bets the Ace 10. Don calls, King Queen off. Victor's going to have position this hand. Flop comes 8-7-5, misses everyone. He there with a gut shot and 2 overs. Don King high, Victor Ace high. Goes check, check. Victor elects to bet his position. $30 to a pot of 76, about half pot. He decides to float with his gutter and overs, especially heads up. Jack of hearts on the turn. Now both Victor and E have a straight draw. Either of them make a pair, the other one makes a straight. E checks, sort of in flow. Victor fires at 100 and E calls. Just a gut shot and an over. Both of them break out, and E cannot check and win this hand, and I think he knows it. So he's got to bet here if he wants to win, but no, check. Victor has some equity with his ace high, yep. So he checks, gonna show it down. He's gonna say, I should have bet that. I guarantee you, those were something to that effect was said by E. Should have bet that. Missed a bet. He knows he did. There's Victor. He and Victor and E played a lot of hands. It's a good job by Victor playing his position well, playing his man, and he's kicking himself for not firing 150 at that river. Felix the White Claw Warrior taking a break from this particular live stream. If he shows up, there will be White Claws in tow, and we will set a line. But we don't expect that he will necessarily be here. It's on Chad. It's folded around Josh. He raises to 10 with his ace 4 off. Counts going to defend his small blind. King 10. He slays the King 9 down. Tell me in the comments what you guys are doing this particular Friday. If you guys are playing any cards, you guys going out for South by. So we see a flop of 8-10-7 and Don's flop top pair. Pretty good kicker. Josh bets a standard C bet, probably with his whole range, $15. Although that's often gonna that board's often gonna connect with someone who calls him, especially since he was a mid position raiser. Check, check on the turn. Don knows he's best, probably. He's going to fire out a small bet for value, hope that he can get called by ace high, or... 9 did hit. It's not impossible for Josh to have raised with a 9, but... he may represent it here.
Raise for 60.
He does. He makes the raise. The question is, does Don... Exactly, Don... wasn't a big enough raise for Don to fold. Don's played a lot of cards. He doesn't really think that Josh is necessarily raising all the time with the 9 there. Much more likely he had cards that missed. And his time was best. I think if Josh wanted to sell the raise, probably could have bet another street, but Could have certainly bet bigger on the river. Straight's going to want to get a lot of value there. But the min raise isn't going to get it done against top pair. Everyone, ante's up 5, and we move to a bomb pot. Everyone gets ready for the epileptic seizure of cards, equities, numbers, colors about to come our way. Double board bomb pot. There are 2 boards. Everyone gets 4 cards. Plays the best 2 cards on each board. The high board and the low board, the winner of each board, split the pot. You can get quartered. You can get sixth. You can get skewered a variety of ways in a bomb pot, but you can also win massive, massive bomb pots when you scoop them. We look at a board of 8 king jack with 2 clubs and 7 jack 9 rainbow. 2 moderately connected boards. There's going to be some overlap. It can be double nutted. You have the right hand here. Right cards come. Looks like Victor's flopped the straight up top. 2 pair for cash down bottom, as well as a pair to gutter up top. Reese has the nut flush draw on bottom.
4 players.
Just a pair of 9s up top. But he's got backdoors as well. Turns a king of spades and a 4 of spades. King's a scary card for cash. Downgrades his hand quite a bit. He's got blockers for the boats, but Victor continues to have the nuts. He bets huge, bets the pot. It's going to be very hard for cash to call here. Josh lets go of his gut shot and lower flush draw. It's going to be hard for Reese to continue as well with the board paired. He could say there's a king out there. Don't really want to draw for a flush against boat. And yeah, Victor gets to take it down. No one had a king there. He had position. He had the best hand up top. He'd chosen to just check that down. Realize equity on the river. He could have been outdrawn, possibly. But he certainly wouldn't have scooped. No one else really demonstrated that they had a straight as well on the top. There were no other pot size bets or raises, so very good bet by Victor. Move on to the next hand. Josh limps with his king 3 of diamonds. Down raises to 20 with an ace 10 offsuit on the button. Cash calls with his 2s, hoping to flop a set. And Josh, so come along. See a flop. Can't be drawn dead. King 3's got some interesting flops. And he flops a king straight off the bat. Josh in the lead. Top pair. Don second best with his 10. Gets checked to him. Don fires a bet. Josh is going to, of course, call, possibly raise. He likes to jam. It is an interesting choice. Not really going to get value from any hand that beats you. Or that you're done. Yeah. That doesn't beat you. But I say that, and Don is contemplating a call just because it is a little unusual. It's such a huge bet into such a small pot. With middle pair, Don's gonna let this go. He's doing a little bit of Hollywood. I don't think he can actually call exactly. He can. And Josh could have been snapped there. He's got a low enough SPR. He doesn't have as much money. Like an ace king, a king queen. I mean, top pair probably snaps, putting him on a large array of draws. I mean, 10s, kings, possible, but he wouldn't have limped kings or 10s and then just called Don's raise from the button. This is an interesting story that he was selling. He almost got Don to think about it a second longer than he should have. But Don has ace king in that scenario. That's a terrible jam.
Battle for 10.
As we move on from the value own to Don limping in the cutoff with King Jack. Reese looks down to an ace 10. A couple of limps before it looks like. Reese. Oh, it's a straddle, I see. So Reese likes to just call the straddle as well. That's a straddle is checked by Victor. Let's see if off of deuce 6 queen. No one flops much of anything. Victor ahead right now with his ace deuce. Turn is a 5. Couple of straight draws develop. He fires out 30 with the up and down. He's just going to take this because Reese isn't going to call with his ace 10. Yeah. So turn some equity. Those checked flops in multi-way linked pots are very interesting because you forfeit a lot of equity if you don't bet bottom pair, middle pair, because you're scared to. Just because there's so many people out there, they might not necessarily hit. And the draws that develop on the turn, they often are in a much better position to take the pot away, especially if you're in early position and haven't sort of thinned the field out some. Those pots can also have a lot more risk than reward, but it's important to protect your hand. I don't know if Victor would have necessarily fired out a pot-sized bet with a deuce, but it might be worth a little one. Little tester. Of course, you could also lose a big pot. No one likes doing that, so. Fold it to Don, who raises it to $15 with 3-5 spades, knowing that he's going to flop a steel wheel, of course. He calls with suited ace-5, which is very often a 3-betting hand these days. And cash makes it $60, 3 bets out of the small blind with 2 hooks. Jiggities, as Brad Owen says. And that means he loses, because jacks never win, right? That's how this goes. As Don flops the world, as we say, with an open-ended straight flush draw. And then it just goes instantly check. I expected something to happen then. No continuation bet from Cash. Cash checks, he fires out. Don's going to raise here, probably should raise. Take the pot away. I think Cash sort of telegraphing he has a hand like Jack's, possibly ace-king. Don just calls. He's in position. He can make a bet on the river.
The thing is, though, how's Don going to rep a queen there and actually get Cash to fold?
Well, he doesn't have to rep a queen. He could rep a set. There's a lot of things that Cash loses to.
Yeah, but he's not checking back any of that.
If he comes over the top pretty strong on the turn there, Cash is going to consider 6s in his range, 10s in his range, 4s in his range. Possibly even queen 10. People check the flop.
No, trust me. With their history, he ain't folding.
That's fair. I haven't read the full scrolls there, but Don's got to be steamed to lose a pot flopping an open-ended straight flush draw. I know I would be. Missing those feel terrible. You feel okay, fine. I miss a flush. Okay, fine. I miss a straight. But I got both of these draws and I brick out. Come on, poker gods. By the way, one of the poker gods named Frank. Real dick. As we move on to Chad, who perennially has 4-5 or king 4 or king 5, goes in the muck. Reese, of course, wearing his Reese's Peanut Butter Cups shirt so that we can find him in crowds if he gets lost. Because, you know, obviously the 6-foot ginger is frequently blending into the background. Looks like Reese selected to raise it to $12 with the 8-9 off. He calls in position with 9-10 suited clubs. Cash calls. Victor's got a nice 8-3 of diamonds. And Josh says, you people were just calling. Will you call a larger 3-bet of $57? He answers yes. He says it's his birthday. He's here to gamble. He has position. You might be just effing around. But it gets heads up. We got the classic matchup. Deuce 7 hearts, 9 10 of diamonds. We go to a flop. And that is all E. Ace, Jack 7, 2 clubs. Pair of 7s for Josh, but E is not going to take his foot off the gas when he gets a flop like this, and Josh is not going to be able to take the pot away from him, so. Josh checks, E bets. Interesting. Josh elects to call. And turns very well. Hits a 6 of hearts. Gets a flush draw to go along with his pair, and he moves all in, 430. Overbets the pot. And now E is in a tough situation. All he has is 10 high. He's got a flush draw. He's got the 8. But Josh has the best hand. And a good draw put him to the test. I think Josh doesn't get the 6 of hearts on the turn. He probably doesn't jam there. He's probably putting E on a variety of strong aces or aces. But the 6 that gives him so many outs. He feels confident representing a much bigger hand, trying to induce a fold from E. It's possible, of course, that he puts him on clubs as as part of his range too. That's such a good card. It allows for that very strong semi-bluff bet, and he was able to get it through. He was just on the big combo draw. It's a good play by Josh. Good call on the flop, and an excellent turn for him, and a great turn bet. So.
Everyone has their phones on.
Not the birthday present that E was hoping Josh would get him, but there's always more presents. It's the thing about playing at Red Star Social on your birthday. Every hand, new present. What do I get this hand? Victor's got a 5-9 of spades. He wants to raise. He's gonna raise. You can't just limp. You can't just limp the button. That's weak. It's not a classy move. He makes it 12. Josh calls with his 5-6 clubs. Fresh after that win. Go to a flop. Jack 10-7. 2 hearts. Victor bets his gutter. Josh puts it in the muck. He wants to do battle tonight, you can tell. He just did battle with a streamer that was tickling him from the ceiling. Tore it down. And we go to another hand. Somewhere in the teens, 20s, or 30s. I don't know. Maybe less. It's a hand. It's a hand number. It's a good one. We had some good ones to start the stream tonight. Started off a little bit slow last stream, but we're getting their chips in. Josh has been splashing around and finding some good spots. Driving some action. As E raises it to $15 with a suited ace. Cash likes to just call in position with pocket 10s, often a 3-bet. So Victor and Don come along as well. We see a flop of 5, king, queen, all go. Don currently ahead with top pair. Fires out a bet. So tester, donk bet, as they say, $35. $35 donk. Cash, let's go to the diamonds. Check the flop. Don knows his king's best, so we go to a bomb pot. If you hear us whispering in the background, it's because just double checking to make sure the quality of the stream is tip top for our dozen listeners, dozens. I don't know. It's gonna be more. You people are gonna tell your friends. They're gonna tell their friends. All the people out partying at South by are gonna say, "Holy sh! This is an amazing poker stream." And turn it over. And they're gonna come play at Red Star Social. Win promotions, win bomb pots, celebrate E's birthday.
Stack E and win a bunch of money.
Stack E and win a bunch of money. You know what? It's $100 every time you stack him, and he will rebuy. You can stack him once, get $100. He rebuys. It's easier to stack him because he has less money. You stack him again, it's another $100.
And it gets easier and easier each time because his nose gets wider and wider open each time.
Yeah, it's just watch him chase. Come to Red Star, watch E chase his money, people. As we look at a flop of 2-5-4 rainbow and 8-king-4 rainbow, and there's a lot of cards out there. Let's see what we got. Josh is open-ended on both boards. Looks like Victor is flopped top set with backdoor flush draw down on the bottom board. Top set up top. Yeah, that's about what people are working with here. I don't think. Don's checking to see what will develop. Maybe he'll hit a 3. Maybe he'll hit a 7. Got a couple of gut shots. 2 pair up top. There's the 3. Straightening Don out. Ace of hearts in the turn. You're still in the lead up top with a set of kings. No way for Don to win the top board. No way for Victor to win the bottom board. Let's we'll see what happens here, but. Queen of diamonds on the river, no flush, no board pair, scaring Don off. He's not going to fold his 6. Queen, no flush for on Victor's board. He's just going to just check it down. Victor's not folding. Set of kings not in position there. To our regular scheduled game. Daniel in the box. Daniel says he is 100% sure that he can get more hands in per hour than Clem. He said that publicly on various forums. Says he is the best, fastest dealer. Kind of long at home. Let's see. I don't want to do the work. It's up to other people. It's a new player joins the arena. Pulling up in the 4 seat. So cash looks down to an ace-9 of clubs. Gonna throw in a $15 raise. Make that the price for continuing. New player Shark lets his 5-9 of diamonds go. And cash takes the blinds. Don't you know? It's fun in tournaments, but it's like a waste of a hand in a cash game. I just want to get called. Just one call. Yeah, play a hand. Unless it's like a 5-bet pot. I mean, the single raise, take down the blinds. That's yeah. Good job, dealer. And only putting one hand out there. Waste all our time. Do you want $1 anyway? It's 33% of the pot I just won. Okay, fine. Yeah, I like you. You do good. This is what every player sort of feels. As Chad looks down to a 7-10 of diamonds, probably the best hand Chad has seen. Been a little card dead for the first hour, and raises $10. He likes to call out of the blind. This is suited Kojak. Oh no, he 3-bet it. Sorry, I didn't see that. I just laid it down. Not defending the 3-bet in position.
Stack me on the other table, $50.
First hand was a bluff.
Not worried that you're dominated with 10-7. Might be an overpair, but you can flop straights. You can flop 2 pairs. As the button is on Reese. Who does not use Peace as his nickname. Piece. He could have gone for the pun. Peace O. As Chad makes it 15 with his suit, well, offsuit Queen Jack. Reese calls in position, $15 with 5-7 of spades. You gonna gamble? $14. It's his birthday. Might find a birthday present on the flop.
He's got a birthday present right in front of his stack right there.
Yeah, dog. As we see a flop at 7, Ace 3, 2 diamonds. So a whole lot of nothing for everyone except for Reese. Flops a pair of 7s. Who bets? One check 2. Very good. Good job, Reese. You should bet your middle pair there. Sure, someone might check raise you with an ace, but 5-7, there's about half the deck you don't want to see on the turn. Gotta protect. Probably over half the deck. Diamond draw out there. Not crazy about a low card. Give someone else a straight. So, yeah, he just wants to take the pot down there. So, you gotta bet. Good job. As E looks down to the ultimate poker birthday present, you get it once in orbit. A shiny disc. Actually, it's sort of a matte white plastic. It's not one of the stylish buttons that some of them go crazy over the top. It's a nice traditional regular dealer button. It's big, so you know who the dealer is. Every hand. As it gets folded to E, it makes it $15 with A6 of hearts. And Cash calls him with 2 hearts, setting up potential smoke from the fire that could be the conflagration between these 2 people if we get 3 hearts on the flop. But we don't. We get a deuce 10-3, 2 diamonds. Josh flops top pair, defended with his 10-5. Gonna bet it out. $30, basically pot sized bet. Fold. Big whiff for Ian Cash. They didn't get to flop flush over flush and curse the gods. Got all the pastries over here at the Red Star today too. Don't always have those for Friday, but good food, good sugar, lots of good sugar. Cupcakes, I think cookies. Yeah, good poker. If you're feeling like you wanna play some Hold'em or any other game, come on down to Red Star. 2 times promotions today, and
Or the sweepstakes.
Or the sweepstakes.
We hit that 7,700 last night.
Did they really? Was it? Well, who knows? We'll give them anonymity for tax / safety purposes. But yeah, someone hit a big sweepstakes last night. Kid hit one today. There's still a 5K out there, right? Right, Dustin? I think there is. As we look at a flop of Ace Queen 9, 2 spades. Shark has a top pair. Ace 4 offsuit. Victor in there with Queen 5 of clubs. And Victor bets out $20. Shark makes a call. 9 of clubs on the turn, so Shark's going to be chopping with the majority of aces that Victor might be betting. He has a flush draw. He's going to be best. Victor checks him. Shark's going to go ahead and put out a bet, get some value, protect his ace. Protect him from flush draws. Victor with just the queen. Probably just going to let it go. Could try and represent a 9. Could try and represent a bigger ace. But with the ace queen out there, it's tough. He really has to sell a 9. Which is tough to do. Why would he be betting a 9 unless it's ace 9 on the flop? This is An uncomfortable turn card for Victor. He did not improve his hand. He should really just let it go here. He can't really sell, but he's got a big one. But he likes to call. I don't know if there's history between him and Shark, or he just thinks he might be able to take it away on the river, representing his spade. Jack 10 gets there. Shark best with his ace, and Victor has to decide what to do first. Victor checks, waves the white flag. Not really a hand I think Shark should bet for value. He's not gonna. He shouldn't get called by a queen. But if he bets small enough, targeting a queen, maybe. I mean, it's it's what Victor has. But Victor's gonna fold here. A big check raise. Really only value hand he could have is Ace 9 or Jack 10. If
All right, Victor, we get the point. Save and face, just fold.
yeah, if it's just well, no.
Oh,
Well, he calls. He decides to donate. All right, that was just Victor soul reading the abyss and being wrong. That was a little bit of looking into the void and missing the big sign that said ace over here.
I actually misread that board. I thought he had queen high.
Oh, okay. All right.
Going between the two.
Well, yeah, you had a bluff catcher either way. Would have been better served as a bluff. I promise you that. But I don't think Shark lets that go. As we look down to another hand, Chad with his customary 10 high raises it to $10, hoping that one of these days a flop will just come. 6, 7, 8. He calls in position with King Queen. Cash has a nice little suited connector.
Well, Chad's pretty balanced. He takes down flops when he misses too, quite often.
He does. That's true. I'm just talking about the inner frustration for not having seen an ace for 6 orbits. So we look at a flop of 6 Jack Ace Rainbow. No one with an ace. Oh no, Josh with an ace and ahead. He with a gut shot gets checked around. 3 diamonds on the turn. Shark with an interesting turn, picking up diamonds to go with his jack. Cash up and down with 4-5. Josh still ahead with the ace. Bet 20. Shark calls with his diamond draw. Cash calls. Hoping he hits a deuce or 7. And Jin for cash, hitting a deuce on the river. Stone cold nuts. Josh with the ace 5 has a little bit of removal to the nuts. Bets 35. Small bet. Cash is oh, and Shark had 2 pair. Jack deuce. So a little bit of an action card there. 2 pair for Shark. Josh bet out the ace, but Shark contemplating a raise there. Thinks that his Jack deuce might be best, but there's straights out there. He likes to just call. And Cash now has 2 customers for his nuts. He's got some hot salted nuts, some pecans. He wants to sell to the table. He's got 2 prospective customers. He's deciding how much can he make it. What will they buy his nuts for? And Cash puts out a raise to 175. Josh unlikely to call. Shark may with 2 pair, but it's a strong move by Cash there. 4-5 is very likely a draw that could be represented. I think Josh folds here. I bet Shark may be able to get away from it as well. And we welcome to the booth Vicky. Vicky, how are you doing?
Hey, Sticky Vicky here. Wow, that's really loud.
Sticky Vicky, very loud
Sticky
here.
Vicky, yeah. Dustin's not as loud as me, I guess.
What do you think
everybody.
to coming in, seeing some action? How's your day going?
It's going great. It's going great. Already went out there. It's getting busy.
Yeah.
More people are coming in. We're gonna get some more tables going.
Do you,
Nobody has felt it yet, though.
No one's felt
right?
it. They keep trying. If E loses some more pots, he'll be much easier to felt.
Is he like reloading though, or is he?
I don't know if he's topping off. We'll have to send someone out and get an active tab on E.
I was in the box next to this table and I looked over and I'm like, okay.
Shark in the blender here. He's got 2 pair. He doesn't want to fold it. Doesn't want to fold it. With Jack Deuce as opposed to aces up, a lot of 2-pair combinations beat him. Question is, how sticky can he be? Vicky, you know about stickiness. How sticky do you think Shark will be here?
I don't know. He's taking a long time to think about it. He's like, does he really have 4-5?
That is what he's thinking.
Does he have ace deuce? Does he have ace jack? There's a lot of hands that beat him.
There's a lot of It's a big bet. It's a big bet. Cash is targeting hands like ace jack, ace 6 when he makes a bet that
140
big.
was the bet.
Yeah, he raised it over about the
He
pots.
raised. Okay, yeah, and Shark laid it down.
Shark laid it down. I think a smaller bet, he definitely gets a call there. But with 2 players in there.
And he's going to make him watch the stream to find out. He's not going to show.
Well, it's a dirty trick, but it's available in 15 minutes, I guess, if these players are that so inclined.
No phones at the table. I mean, unless he cashes out and goes and waits.
Gotcha.
But no, I think he's going to stick around.
Got to have a secret runner, I see. Well, we don't encourage that, for sure. So we go to a bomb pot, and
these are fun.
Yeah, we get ready to know nothing except some equities and some cards pretty soon. No all-in explosive bomb pots yet today, but the possibility's always out there.
Let's see who I recognize. Okay, we got Victor in seat 1, Josh, Shark.
That is apparently his
Chad.
name. That is Chad.
And then Dawn. And then who's in the 7?
And is Reese as his Reese's
shirt.
peanut butter cut shirt
We'll
indicates.
not forget. And then who's that guy in the 8 seat? I don't recognize
That is
that
the
guy.
birthday boy, Papa Noel himself, Santa,
No way.
the Santa Claus of poker, Big E.
Oh, I think he got a haircut though. He doesn't look like Santa anymore.
Well, we can see it in him as we see a flop of 8-6-4 rainbow, King 10-6 also rainbow. Shark looks to flop a complete wrap, the low end of it at the top board. Nut straight for E on the bottom.
I see that now. Also, Victor. Victor's got 5-7 as well.
Victor's got 5-7 and top set for Josh with a set of 8s. Looks like a bet of 100 by Victor. Josh calls with his top set. Not much going on the top board. Might develop backdoor draw, but Don with 2-pair and a wrap on the top board, or 2-pair and up and down on the top board. As we look at a turn, 10 of hearts and deuce of hearts.
Ooh, and Don picked up a backdoor flush draw.
Don did pick up a backdoor flush draw, so he's got a lot of equity up top, most likely to win the hand, unless someone hits.
But
a
he
gut
also
shot.
picked up 2-pair on the top, so now he's got the not nut straight. No one has 7-9, right?
He only in there with 1 pair on the top board, but he still has
he has king deuce.
Oh, yep, you're right. He did pick up a deuce. My bad. Deuces
The
are so hard to
dealer in
see.
me.
Deuces are so hard to see.
I don't
But yeah.
always get it right. That's
But well,
right.
Don's still best with his king 10, but he could hit a deuce now. That's true. And there's some gut shots for Victor on the top, but Josh just in there with 8s, hoping for the board to pair. And there's so many of the same cards on both boards which are removable
he
for
is
his
all
outs.
in. Did I come commentate just in time? No, I did not. I'm not putting that out there. It's his birthday.
He all in, got the nuts. Josh is in a very weird position. He wants to call. He feels he's got to be live, but his 10s and his 6s are both gone.
And he lets it go.
He lets it go. He's only drawing for 1 board. Both E and Victor have some equity on both boards. And Don, of course, has the 1 board crushed, so he's going to stick around. He thinks that's his. because the board is already a straight, Don probably thinks both E and Victor are on straights. That's certainly a
Right.
possibility for him. So
All right, let's see it. Let's see it. Good job, Dan. I was like, wait, I think those are. All right, it looks like, is that a king at the top? Can't tell. It's going to take a second for the graphics. I think it's a king. And now they're going to table their hands. We can't see it on the graphics yet.
Well, the only thing that if it's a king on top, Don's got king.
Right, king
The only
10.
thing that he could scoop with was a deuce or
Oh, look, the deuce came on
a
the bottom.
4.
Oh, it was a queen. Okay.
yeah, queen. But Don's still best with his kings and queens.
But look, he put them out like wrong and realized like, oh, and then he moved it because when you're in the on the bomb pots here, the boards are backwards than normal,
Right.
right? Normal dealer, you go to the top and then the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a psych out, right? Like to see the deuce and go, wait, wrong one.
Wrong board.
Oops.
I've often wished I could remove, switch the board.
Oh yeah,
switch
we're
the
talking about
rivers,
that, like a
but-
reverse Uno, sort of
But
like.
you know, I've been the beneficiary of quite a few good double rivers too, so it all evens out in the wash.
So E and Victor are getting a quarter of this pot, and Don's gonna take the top with 2 pairs. Is that correct?
That is right.
All right. I do hate to hit and run. I think I got one more hand to wash.
Sure.
Gotta get back out there, I think. They might not need me, and if they don't, I will be back in here.
Well, you're welcome to come into the box. You're welcome to come
Yeah.
here if you're not in the box. but if
Happy
you're
to
in the
come
box,
join you on
well,
my breaks, yeah.
My pleasure.
We got pizza, we got cupcakes, we got cake.
Did you make any
I did.
pastries? What
I
did
made
you
a
what did you
cake.
make? She made it.
I made a cake,
Vicky is an amazing
and I made
amazing baker.
some mini cupcakes.
So
But
come
look,
on,
the
have,
mini
have
cupcakes
one
are-
of Vicky's cupcakes, and if you're a stranger, you can only have one. but
Yeah,
you
that's
should-
right. But
yeah.
they spell out big E.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, my daughter helped. She
Well, good
like
job.
she did the big E, and then I just put the cupcakes on there.
We'll have to get on our social media feed so that people can look at the food
I
porn.
do. I gotta Facebook that. I think I can tag Red Star. And there's the cupcakes.
It does indeed. Say Biggie.
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 And then there's the birthday cake.
Well, they look both stylish and delicious. That's an amazing job on the
I mean,
on the logo.
I don't like. Well, it was printed, so that's how it's perfect.
we won't tell anyone that.
Yeah,
No
don't
one
tell.
heard that.
It is edible.
Vicky
Edible ink
did
on
that all
edible
by
paper.
hand. As we're looking at a pot, everyone folds around to Victor. Makes it 15 with King Jack in the cutoff.
Ooh, pie of 5s for Josh.
Josh on the button with 5s.
Oh, he's gonna raise it up.
He likes to 3-bet. He doesn't want to play it. He wants to play it heads up. But look at what Chad comes in with.
Oh no.
The other 5s. Josh and Chad cutting each other off at the knees.
Oh, if they both think a set here, I'm kidding.
If they both make a set, then we need to change the deck. But they do
Ooh.
not. Board of 8, 8, 9.
But they're both at this point ahead of Victor. Checks around.
Well, they are. Victor could counterfeit them too pretty easily.
Oh,
Good turn for Victor.
good turn for Victor.
Open-ended with 2 overs.
Just show me an 8 on the river.
Well, an 8, they both chop.
Yeah, they're chopping regardless.
Well, they're chopping regardless.
No
but-
queen,
but Victor,
no 7.
But Victor says, "What about a $60 bet? Can you call that?" And that's a tough one for Josh with someone behind him. Although he was the original 3-better. He could have 10s and 9s in his range. He also has a lot of
Oh,
Ace
Chad
king.
lays down the other 5s.
Yeah, in that situation, it's gonna be first to call for sure. Chad's not gonna overcall the 5s.
And the river was
River's a
a
break.
6. Yeah, total
6 of
break.
clubs. So now Victor can only win by betting and inducing a fold. So how much will he bet? Pot's 240. I think he's thinking of a bet about 150, maybe 200. Gonna get the job done.
total bluff. Total bluff.
175. Josh has got to decide, does he have a pair or not?
Oh, he's gonna shove over the top, all in, and Victor's snap fold, I think.
Oh, Victor does snap fold. He's got
does snap
no
fold.
no showdown equity whatsoever.
Absolutely. And
I don't
Oh.
think Josh thought he had the best hand there. I think Josh actually
Chad
thought he
will
was
never know that he
inducing.
could have had half that pot, although he wouldn't have gone that far.
He'll know and
Chad
he'll
folding
know
is
later
what-
tonight.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna step out. Maybe you'll see me walking around out there later, but maybe I'll be back in 2 minutes. Maybe I'll be back in an hour. I don't know.
Vicky is a great mystery tonight. Whether Vicky appears
Mm-hmm.
or not, it's gonna be a surprise for me, you, for everyone here watching the Red Star live stream. And if she's not, then she'll be out there both making dreams happen and crushing dreams, dealing the pots.
Straddles on
Give
my
those back.
side.
All right, guys. See you soon.
Thank you, Vicky. Vicky for coming in for the guest special, and hope she comes back for more. Chad finally with a suited ace. No doubt rejoicing. Makes it 35. Reese looking down at a pocket jacks. Makes it 100. Chad not going to let that suited ace go to waste. Calls to see a flop. Which comes Jack 4 deuce. Smacking Reese right in the face. 2 nuts. Set of jacks. Chad checks. Waves a white flag when Reese bets out. Reese has the deck crippled. Reese could check there. They have hearts. They have hearts. Or bet small. But that hand connected so poorly with Chad, he can't continue. If he had a different hand, connected better with his range, he might peel. But Chad was just excited to have a suited ace saved for a second. He's been pretty card dead. I know exactly how that feels. But he gets the button in his hand. Maybe he'll look down to a pair of aces. E putting the straddle on, $5. It goes around. Folded all the way to the blinds. Where they're not going to chop today, because there is a straddler. Don makes the call with 9-10. Reese in there with his pocket fours. And again, sharing the 9-10. He and Don, hand buddies. So we look at a flop at deuce 6-6. Pretty good for fours. I expect Reese is going to bet this flop. And he and Don just going to muck their hands. And we're going to move on to the next one. Blinds versus the straddle. No fun. Not this time. Sometimes fun. But this time, no fun. And as Vicky was saying to the excited masses, today is Big E's birthday during this live stream. And if you come on and play with him, there's an open seat. You can see it there in the bottom left. Felt E, get $100. Felt E again, get another $100.
Felt him by flopping a royal, get $100 on top of it.
That is not correct. Don't you get 200 hours today?
I'm sorry. If you turn, because it's double. Everything's
Because
double, correct?
Because it's double. So if you come here, felt him, flop a royal, you get an extra $100 and then 200 hours free. It's such a good deal. It's also so easy. I don't know why everyone doesn't do it. So really, it's on you missing out those opportunities. As action folds around to Shark, who has a 8-3 of diamonds, wants to play it for $20. Cash in the straddle. 15 more to him to call with his queen jack. Shark with position in this hand. As sharks have. They come from underneath. That's their position. He flops nothing. King 5-6. 2 spades. Neither of them really flop anything. Just one high card versus another high card and game of guts. Shark bets 25. Position. Continuation. Victory. That's how that works. The better backdoor draws too. 3 to a flush. 2 to a straight both ways. Cash needed something very specific. As the graphics finally go away. No straddle on this hand. 2 to call. Nope, never mind. Straddle. There we go. It's pretty much a mandatory straddle, it feels like, in this game. Everyone's been pretty cooperative. Victor puts the 5 on. You see a collection of baseball hats. Steve, sadly, not on the live stream today. His more extravagant chapeaus will have to wait until next week's live stream, as E raises it $20 on the button with Jack 9 of hearts. Victor calls defense. Defense. Flop with deuce 5-9. E flops top pair.
All 20. 2 players.
Fires out. Takes the pot down. I do not see thousands in front of him. You don't need that much money to Felton people. Come in. Match stack. Look E right in the face. Tell him I'll be your Huckleberry. And then just flop a royal flush. As the birthday boy has the button in his hand. Ladies' night here at Red Star Social every Friday and Sunday, and college night every Tuesday and Sunday. So Sunday for the college ladies. $8 an hour if you happen to be a qualifying member of either group, and if not, no soup for you. Bring a friend, get 3 hours, get a free month for yourself, and also make friends. I'm friendly. I'll be your friend. Well, I don't make any promises. I might be your friend. As H-Town Chad makes it $20 with his Jack 10 off. 15 more to Josh. Josh, let's go, the King 8. Chad gets pushed a baby. Chad gets pushed a baby pot. Chad is feeling sad because not getting cards today. I haven't seen many huge hands. These flopped set jacks earlier. Josh has made some interesting moves today that have really been in right spots. Could have been on the other side of things. That hand with fives, I'll have to talk to him about it. I'm pretty sure he thought that he was bluffing. And how he was structuring Chad there. Or not Chad, recall. But that was a fun hand. He's had a couple of those. As Reese makes it $15 with a pair of sevens. Lucky number sevens. E in the cutoff with a couple of Ninas. Just makes a call. Doesn't 3-bet. Might want to 3-bet your nines there. Get rid of the blinds. Force out junky hands like Jack 10, Queen Jack. They might want to call you, but blinds fold. Until it comes around to Josh, who wakes up to pocket queens in his straddle. And makes it $50. And looks like we have another addition to the box, another special guest joining us in the booth here. You've seen him on stream. He's number one in your hearts, number one on your screens. Clem, welcome to the back.
Hello, everybody. Happy birthday, E.
Happy birthday, E, indeed. And happy birthday, E, right now, because it looks like E flop gin. Looks like the 999 set of nines. And Josh in there with an overpair.
That's just how E rolls.
You know, it's good karma, clean living. I've seen him stretching every morning. He practiced hitting sets and completing straight flush draws.
You know, it's very vital to a good suck-out game.
He doesn't always get them, but, you know, you have to be able to hit a good percentage.
You know, if anybody at the table deserves to stack Josh, it's E.
I think 9 out of 10 players would agree with you, and the other one's he's a fucking liar. As E makes the call.
Oh, of course.
You know, doesn't want to scare our boy away.
Well, that's an interesting turn.
It is. A couple of, you know, hand like queens is open-ended. A hand like ace queen, open-ended. Spade, lots of potential spade draws.
And there's the jam.
There's the jam.
Snap call?
Snap call. It's gotta be the snap. This is the problem with Josh's sizing today. He's made some amazing moves, but he's made some huge sizing, you know, bets that he could have accomplished the job there for 250. But I guess he only had 390 behind, so you know you're not gonna fold the queens for another 390.
No,
especially when you're open-ended on the turn. So.
Did E have? E did have him covered.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Does he? I don't think he did. I don't think he had him covered. That's what I'm saying. I think Josh had E covered.
Gotcha.
That's why he pushed. But, you know, still pot-sized bet. He had a lot of strength. That 10 is very interesting. But
So Josh and Ian do have probably, significant history, and that right there is what got E paid.
didn't Josh murder E's father?
It's still under investigation apparently.
Gotcha. All right. So unsubstantiated.
Very
Unsubstantiated.
big U on the beginning of that word.
Big U. Yeah. Good. So we're gonna go to a bomb pot. Clem, I have spoken on this stream of the quality of your quartering. That you quarter pots very well. You have a method.
Well, it's. I talked to some people about it because people who don't know me and people who are new to the game, they're a little suspicious sometimes because it's their money and they should be.
I think it's because of your face, Clem. I think you have a face that engenders suspicion.
And you know what? Nobody would blame you for thinking that.
6, king, 9, 2 spades on one flop. Indeterminate other flops. Sometimes we have to wait. You see. All right, there we go. 7, queen, 3, 2 diamonds.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, we just look at the equities. It's just a dizzying array. Yeah. I made the mistake too of trying to
read
figure
all
out.
the
Yeah,
cards.
you can't do that. It's
a
not
lot of cards.
possible. The players at home, you guys are trying the same game. We know it's not possible. But I do see Bink Don hit a set right away.
Did it check? I guess it check flop. 'Cause everybody's still in play,
Yeah.
and I like Chad's hand here. Chad has 2 pair.
Does.
Both boards has a.
He's got the nuts on bottom. He's got 7, 8. That's the straight.
Pardon me. And then he's got the backup flush draw to go with it. Whereas
Here's the best diamonds. The best diamonds are on Reese's hand.
Reese is holding some diamonds.
He's got a wrap too, 9, 10, jack. So any card from a 9 to an ace makes him a straight. Cash in there with the nut clubs. Some equity on top board. Only person with equity on both boards is, as you pointed out, Chad. Chad's got good equity on both boards.
Going to the river.
Yep, ace of diamonds on one board, complete brick, and ace of hearts on the other board, not a brick.
Yeah. Reese got there.
Jack 10 for Reese gets there. Looks like he and Chad are gonna split some money. Both of them have the nuts, so neither one's folding. Question is, who can provide them with some value? I don't think anyone's in there with a hand that can really call. Any ace kings out there? No.
I think because there's a 7 on that top board, Chad can get away with a big bet here to try to take it down.
Well,
And that's exactly what he's doing. He's putting out a big bet.
Yeah, it's not going to work though. I mean, Reese isn't going to fold the nuts. For
Reese is one of those guys. He
scared he's getting quartered every time.
he always puts it under. No, well, except for this time. I guess maybe he has just figured maybe he's the only one in there who has a Jack 10, and he just so happens to be right.
Yeah, I mean, if you get quartered for 150, it's not the end of the world. You don't want to get quartered for a $600 call.
Unlike most of the players at this table, Reese is a guy. He's a player that actually likes money.
Oh,
So he's not real keen on giving it away.
a mistake is to be attached to money. It's important, like the Buddha, to be unattached.
It's
if you're
just
gonna play
chips.
poker.
It's
They are
just chips.
They're just chips. They're soldiers. I think of them as soldiers. I don't even think of them as just chips. I think each one is a soldier. Gonna go out, do battle for me, come back with
Bring some friends.
The,
Bring some friends.
the carcasses of the defeated enemies, which I guess are also soldiers, and then become my soldiers, or I don't know. The metaphor is not perfect.
No, but we all understand.
Yeah, I know. That's what I like.
We showdown. We see it's a chop. Everybody takes their money back. Excellent.
Yes. And this is the most fun for viewers watching the pot be quartered, which is why I always like to talk over it. It looks like we're about to start the knit game.
For everybody out there, the knit game is everybody gets a chip. It used to be called the stand-up game, but because of the format of this game, we're calling it the knit game. So you get a chip. The chip indicates if you won a hand and showed it. Then you get rid of your chip. The last person to have a chip pays everybody, what was it, $10? $10 a piece.
You want to avoid paying that penalty, and also the shame and dishonor you bring upon your
It's all
family.
about the shame. It's not about the money. It's
Yeah,
about the shame.
it's the shame and dishonor you bring upon your family by being a nit because you clearly didn't gamble enough. So, and apparently a scoop counts in bomb pots. So You can lose your button and bomb. You can lose your nit button and bomb pots, but that feels like cheating because you can get dealt the nuts so easily.
There'll be an asterisk next to that.
Yeah, I mean anything that isn't deuce 7 bluff into aces, kind of nitty.
This table though it's got some action players in it, so
It does.
I don't think this nit game is going to last very long. If I was going to pick a horse though, I would have to go.
Don is my horse for the nit game.
Don's your horse, really? I
for
was
the
going to
last.
go Reese.
No, Don's
I was going to go Reese.
No, Don's my horse.
You're going cash?
All right, we gotta bet on cash.
Okay,
This is the type of action that the booth's been missing, Clem. I just wanted to let you know.
We definitely need to pick horses because
exchanging. It's more fun for us to exchange money too. As Don looks down to Ace King and my horse right away, right away, fires $20 with one of the big premium hands. Reese does not get saucy 3-bet with the Ace 5. Just calls. E in as well.
limps in with the Jack 8 suited. I like it. I like the play.
Yeah, calls are rates, but same difference. You know, some very reasonable hands with some equity. Don could still lose. Not that I want that. I'm not encouraging that. Don, if you're listening, I have no personal stake in this. As I get a $20 bill.
Three-way to a flop.
Three-way to a flop
Oh,
of
my
Ace, Queen 9. Don best with top. No one else has anything. So Reese does okay. Reese with Ace 5.
I think the only thing that's going to save Reese in this hand is that it's a red board, not black.
Well,
and
see if a diamond comes. It does. That's gonna it's gonna slow them both down.
Yeah.
Don's gonna bet, probably not for a huge sizing. 75 into 160, about half pot.
Comes along.
Along.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh. Lord.
Well, but it's another diamond.
It's gonna go check.
Well, yeah, he goes check.
Check.
Don loses the hand, keeps his knit button, which is, I guess, good for the side bet. A little unfortunate for Don there.
I immediately am out.
Right. Your horse got. It was a battle between our horses, and your horse unfortunately just ran a 3-minute mile. Your horse just broke the speed limit.
My horse was juiced up a little bit, I think.
Yeah, you should have taken the amphetamines out of the oats on that one.
Good for Reese, bad for Don.
You know, Don could have, in a reflection of this game, taken a stab at that river. Reese is not going to call a large river-sized bet with no pair, or with no diamond in his hand there.
Yeah, I know, right?
But Don doesn't know.
Don went the safe route, which is very nitty, so he deserves to.
Yeah, exactly. You see why I picked Don my horse.
Good horse. Very good horse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, Dustin's horse is chewing cut on the field over. Two pastures away.
Yeah. Good pick there, Dustin. Very good pick.
Reese limps with his 4s. He raises. Any ace has a little more value. Range is a little wider. Victor looks down to 30 or to ace queen, and he's not going to make it 30, right? You just call, Victor. You just call.
We got a jam.
We got a jam. $718 with pocket eights. Definitely a nit game move. Reese 4's in the muck, super fast. Ace 3 in the muck. Now Victor with an actual decision. Victor is likely flipping with a lot of hands that do that. There's a couple of hands he's pretty far behind. Ace, king, etc. How influenced is Josh by the nit game? Victor has $30 in this pot. He's gonna fold. What do you say, Clem?
He's gonna tank fold. He's gonna tank fold.
Well, Dustin, who knows the future, and also okay, all right. Dustin's got jam. I say he's got fold. He's got $30. He doesn't care. Yeah, he's out. All right, we got a pot going, people. Keep track at home. Dustin and Clem owe me $5 each.
Did he show?
Yeah,
That's part of the rule.
He has
right?
to show.
You have to show.
Yeah,
You
have to show. You have to show. Yeah.
That's the one part of this game also too that these guys are putting into play, because Victor knows that if he folds, then he's gonna get to see if he made a good fold.
That's true.
So that's an interesting part of this whole nit game. Not that good.
You know, if Josh didn't have his knit button, he could really leverage them there too. That's quite a squeeze. Ranges were pretty loose. I think it's interesting that Josh chose to go all in there. Like I said, he's sort of showed that large sizing, and there's some in between sizings that could get the job done for him. that he's putting himself at risk for. You know, someone could snap him off with aces, kings, queens, very easily. As he looks down to another premium hand, so he's been getting those.
He's also probably trying to utilize his slight tilt image with the queens versus nines hand with E.
Yeah.
And hoping guys maybe pick up on that and try to take advantage.
Yeah, that's always a problem when you try and rely on the players paying attention and being perspective. That's a dumb move. It's a dumb move. You know. Well, the cards don't change.
None of these guys are rocket scientists.
5, 8, 4, rainbow. Big misses for everyone except for Shark in there with bottom pair. Now reverse dominating Josh and Cash. Cards are not played face up. They don't know this.
Yeah, we're so lucky.
He makes it 55. And
he's going to take it down.
Yeah, neither of them going to call.
Josh might feel froggy, but I don't think he's getting the right price.
55 into one. It's not quite the right price, but you know he could take it away on the turn. He gets the right card. Interesting. Two of spades.
Give him a little more equity.
It does, but he might be chopping against a hand like ace 8. Checks and flow. Shark deciding what to do.
Yeah, the 2
was
inconsequential.
Who was the original raiser in this? We see the action. It was just call 15.
I believe it was Josh.
It says Josh called pre-flop 15, so someone made it 15. This is the problem with the graphics. It just okay. It was just a spontaneous. It was whatever the spontaneous genesis. It's like new life. Yeah, it was just a. Say Josh made it 15. So what would his range be there? You know, he's not raising 15 from the cutoff with ace 8.
And I think that's what Shark is picking up on, and he knows that deuce didn't change anything. He's not in there with.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not in there with the 6-3 or the 4 deuce or something like that.
Which is why is Josh tanking there to represent? I mean, like I guess he's just wondering at the price and can he suck out? But I mean,
little Hollywood. Let him know, hey, I had something, but not really. I was kind of mostly just looking you up.
See, I never Hollywood. I never Hollywood claim. I'm just slow.
That's the word around town.
Well, you know. It's important to know thyself, as they say.
For everybody who doesn't know, it is E's birthday. Everybody's here to help celebrate.
It is E's birthday. The man is 21 again. You can come count the agains. Bounty on E, $50 if you count him. Get him outside the light stream. But right now, it's a big fat $100 if you felt E. Come on over, felt E, get $100. Felt E again, get another $100.
All promos are doubled.
That is absolutely true. Get $100 or 200 hours if you flop a royal flush. 100 hours if you turn a river one. $400 for the quads of the day, which
I think it's sevens.
Could be sevens. Don't hold us to it. There's a big board. That's actually the authority there. As we see a bunch of clapping, what did we miss? Somebody did something. Probably a shot. This board seems to like that. Victor made it 35 with his ace queen. Middle position.
2 callers.
Yeah, Josh in there. E in there with the 9 deuce. Flop at king 6-6. So Josh up ahead with his top pair.
E fires.
Well, if anyone's going to have a 6 in his hand, it's going to be E.
For sure.
I don't think Josh is going to fold top pair, though. He's going to be pretty sticky. He wants his money back.
Yeah, for sure.
And the raise again. This is the same issue that Josh has had, and we'll see if it hits him later in the face. But he is using very aggressive sizings, and the problem is that he's doing it when he doesn't need to. So he's putting himself in a situation where he's going to value own himself against someone who has a strong hand. As Dustin points out, it works until it doesn't, and that is poker gospel.
I think Josh is got a little vendetta here, and he's looking for that $100 bounty.
Yeah,
that's on E's head.
But you get the bounty by being crafty. You know, the problem is he's not going to call him there with a king. He's going to call him with a 6.
is, you know, he's here to gamble.
He's here to gamble.
He wants to get in people's heads.
You know,
What do we got? The 20 straddle on? We got the 20 straddle.
I mean, there are no levels at 1-2. No one's leveling anyone else. Chad looks down to ace 10 of hearts, and let me tell you, Clem, that is the best hand Chad's seen all day, and he's ready to rumble.
Puts in the raise, folds around to the straddler.
Yeah, Josh, the house hand go. No defense for the 4-6. I sense in the muck.
That's a little upsetting. Here at Red Star, the Red Star Nuts is 6-4 off.
Oh, Chad forgot to
lose
lose his nick game. Well,
All right, you know what? You should get a second button when you forget. You should. You should get a second button because you're a double knit, and if you're a double knit, you need to.
Yeah, you can't even fold your knit button right. I mean,
Chad's not a big fan of folding. I don't know if y'all play Chad.
Chad does not like to fold. He likes to come along. Chad has had not much to come along with, and I have watched the card gripping.
Well, these guys, I like this group because this group is in for the long haul.
For sure.
They're gonna play. They're gonna try to get that bounty money.
Josh limps the queen 5, queen 4 diamonds. Shark folds. Oh, no way Chad's letting go of that. There's a raise coming.
Another suited ace for Chad.
Suited ace for Chad, 35. Ace 8 of spades.
E comes along.
What do we got from E? Looks like E does call with a suited king 7. Interestingly, Chad, interesting for E. I don't know that E does a lot of solver work, but the suited king X is now more defense. More defense.
He is more of a post flop
Queen Jack 7, two clubs.
kind of player. He's gonna play the player, not the cards.
He was there when poker was actually invented, as he turns the best hand, or as Chad turns the best hand against E, sucks out, hitting an 8. River's a 6 clubs. He's gonna go check. Chad's got some value. He's gonna show down his 8. Yep. No need to bluff. He could be trapping with an actual hand.
Gets rid of his knit button this time.
Does not forget to fold his knit button properly.
Well done, Chad.
You know, sometimes the second time's the charm.
Yeah, you definitely need to institute the second knit button.
He's from Houston.
He is from Houston.
I'm not going to say anything to any other viewers in Texas.
Big Houston fan
everyone,
Chad is. Loves all the Houston sports teams.
Chad's from Houston.
And
they don't know how to fold their knit buttons in Houston.
again, he's not a big fan of folding, and so you know he comes into play even with the knit button.
Buttons on E.
We got a straddle.
They've been pretty good about the straddle. It's been pretty consistently straddled every hand, I would say.
I like a straddle. I like a table that'll straddle. You know, kind of get the action.
I do too. I like a variable straddle. I have no problem with a straddle game that is. I like a straddle. I like a 1-2-5 or 1-2-5-10. What I don't like is to pay $20 one orbit and then $5 the next orbit. Like if we're gonna have a straddle, that's great because it changes the game. You know, pot structure is very different in a straddle pot.
It really gets the game out of the muck.
It really does.
We're going heads up to this flop.
6 deuce 9 2 hearts.
Cash's ace jack got outflopped away with 10-6 off, as you do.
It happens. Cash has some backdoor equity. He's got the ace of hearts. He's gonna call, see if he can develop something brewing in the pot. Queen favors him. It's a good card for his range. Don't know if Josh is necessarily considering that. Fires out.
Josh feels like he's still ahead, and he is going to make him pay to see that last card.
What's a deuce? That's a saucy card.
It's a blank.
It is. It's a blank unless he makes it a blank.
It brought in the front door.
Yeah, brought in the front door.
Draw.
He could represent it. That's why Josh is checking behind. He's also got showdown value with the 6. Cash could have represented it, but chose not to. He was just hoping to hit an ace or a jack.
Seems like there's some confusion on the winner. Yeah, looked like Cash thought he won.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to believe they're gonna fold and just bet. You have to bet sometimes. You have to take that bluff every now and then. Especially because Cash is so tight right now.
Is he?
He's played hardly any hands.
Cash is one of those players you don't know which one you're going to get. Most of the time, you're right. He's pretty snug, pretty conservative, but every once in a while, you'll get a Cash that likes to splash.
You do get a Cash that likes to splash. I've played with splashy Cash before, and Cash didn't really get that much. But
Maybe all the lights and cameras has got him changing his game.
last time Cash and I played a big crowd, I had aces.
Yeah, and that's the dangerous thing about him is that when he's splashy, it doesn't matter. He'll party, and
Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. For both of us.
yeah.
As looks like it's Mom Pot, so they're gonna get 4 of them. Guarantee.
PLO double board bomb pot.
All right, between their hands and the flop, is there a card we won't see? Is there a ranked card? I think we won't see a 5. Won't see a 5. No 5s. What do you got?
I'll go with a jack.
A jack. No jacks. Okay. Let's see. Well, I already see a 5. Victor's got me crushed. No? All right.
See a jack.
I see a jack. Well, there's all the 5s. Reese pair 5s, Josh 5, Victor 5.
Looks like we checked around.
Yeah. 8-4
Went to the turn.
8-4 deuce 9, 2-4 9-3. A lot of overlap. Some people could.
Victor made a hand.
Yeah, Victor could be double nutty. He's not there yet, but he's gonna draw us. What else we got here?
He's gonna lead out. Looks like a pot-sized bet.
Yeah, tough to make a straight without a 5. All 5s are out there. Josh has a 5. Victor has a 5. Don. I know Reese has a 5. 5-7. So he is similarly double gutted. Well, not double gutted. 2 gut shots. That's 35 from Victor. Josh and Don coming along.
Cash has got. Yeah, I was gonna say he's got just a gutter.
Yeah. Queen of Hearts. Jack 10 would have gotten there. And an 8 of Spades.
Looks like Victor's got a scooper.
Yeah. Well, he's quartering Josh. Josh also has 5-6.
Pardon me. Oh, they have the same hand.
Yeah, they have 5-6. But who's got the bottom board there?
It looks like Victor. He's got queens up.
There you go.
And Josh is probably going to pay him off because the 8 didn't change anything on the top board.
No, it's straight as
That's the
still
one
best.
tough part about this game is, okay, that's bad for him that Don folded. Now he's
He's just getting quartered.
he's getting
He's
quartered.
getting-
If
just
Don can call
call,
there,
then
he
loses
it,
less.
It would
Yeah, he loses less. But
definitely help out. But
straights in particular, often quarter. Sometimes boats, surprisingly, but mostly straights.
the thing about this game, people who are new to bomb pots, is it's very tough to get away from made hands, even knowing full well you're susceptible to being quartered, because you can't lose money in a situation like this. You're gonna break even a lot of times.
Well, you hope so.
You hope
You hope so.
so.
Heads up, definitely. If you've
Yeah.
managed, if you've done the job right and sort of isolated so that your heads up. But when you're in there 3-4 way, if you're getting quartered, then you need 2 callers to break even.
Right. You want definitely some more
Yeah.
money in the middle. And, so again, it's very tough. A lot of people think, well, you got the nuts, you should call. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
That's one way of looking at it.
Right.
Another way of looking at it is, what do I have on the other board?
Right.
I have a pair.
Right.
And so, it's a tough
Yeah.
situation to be in.
I'm calling 30 to win 50, or I'm calling 100 to win 50, but I'm actually calling 100 to win 25.
Right. So that's the dilemma of bomb pots.
There's a lot of dilemmas of bomb pots, but
But we love them.
we love them.
we love 'em.
I do love them. I think
Yeah,
I think they're a great development in the poker game. They're encourage action.
Yeah, they're great for the game.
They're great for the game.
It's for anybody who plays Hold'em on the reg. It can get a little
Stale.
monotonous. Yeah, it can
Stale.
get a little stale.
Yeah.
And so the bomb pots really kind of help liven up the crowd and get people back in the game.
Reese
Big-
flops top pair.
Big flops.
And nothing much for E or Cash. And they're still playing the Nick game. I see buttons. People have hands to lose. Cash doesn't want to lose this hand. He may stick around trying to lose a nit button.
gonna peel one off. He's
Peel
gonna
Heart might come a heart.
see if he can pick up some equity,
Equity, yeah.
and he did.
Yeah, a little bit. A little development. Also, that king's, you know, king's scary for Reese. Reese don't like kings. He's got queen. King's queen's big brother. But he's got a gut shot, too. So he might continue firing. He does. 75. That half pot bet.
He's probably considering that the turn wasn't a heart, so he's thinking, okay, well, if cash is on a heart draw, that didn't help him. But it did bring in the straight draw, and of course it's an overcard. So I do like Reese in that he can get away from this hand very easily.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
And
he doesn't want to get away from this hand. He's currently best, but see what the river brings.
so
Bricks out.
no,
Deuce of hearts, though.
that
brings in the front door.
Brings in the heart draw, and Reese hates this card.
Reese does hate this
he's
card.
checking, and he's probably check calling, unless
Well,
John goes crazy.
if John bets huge,
Yeah.
if John
He
bets
jams.
300, he jams. Yeah, there you go.
Reese might be able to sniff this out. Reese is a pretty savvy player.
Well, he's only got a queen though. I mean, there's a
Sure.
lot of hands. Suppose he was peeling with King Jack. Jack 10 did get there, and he's going to bet this way. Hearts got there. So all the draws, both the obvious straight draw and the obvious flush draw hit. You know, a king beats him. Also a queen with a better kicker. He loses to Queen Jack, Ace Queen. I don't think Reese calls here. It's
Reese is a pretty savvy guy. Yeah, he's like letting it go.
too good a spot. Too bad a run out for Queen 10.
He shows the hand to get rid of his nip button. Shows
Boom.
Reese the bad news, and Reese hangs his head. Yeah, it's a bummer, but we agree it's a pretty easy laydown. Cash has been pretty snug.
Yeah.
and his image is
Yeah, for
saying,
sure.
"Hey, I
Yeah,
have it."
it was a great move. It was good timing by Cash to do it, especially every draw. You know, Reese bet the flop, and then every draw hit. You know,
Yeah, it was a terrible turn, terrible river.
good
And
river for him.
It
to
was
bluff.
Yes, John set that up in the beginning, obviously with his flop call, because if a heart comes, he can rep because he has that big drag eye.
Well, it's also the benefit it shows for the casual watcher the power position, because you know what else he had that hand? He had the button.
Button is a great thing to have.
He had the button. He was check two. He had the button. He had a pair of big old D's nuts. He dropped them on the table.
And he has
Reese folded.
he's up against the second tightest guy at the table, so it's easy to
I just want to point out that my horse still has his nip button,
All right,
and Dustin's out. So
Dustin's out.
Dustin's out. Yeah, Cash just lost his nip button with that bluff.
So we-
Very unnitty bluff.
Sounds like we need new horses.
Yeah. Don, I think Don's got his button right in front of him,
does.
like he's nursing it. Yeah, I'm telling him, like, come on, Don.
I think Don
Come
hasn't played a
on,
hand
Don.
since that first hand.
Come on, Don. Does anyone have anything? No, there's a flush draw. Reese got a flush draw. Shark is nowhere the gutter. No one has much here.
Josh has got bottom pair.
Josh got my pair. Reese got to lose a nip button? No, he doesn't. He's just betting.
Go.
No one has a nip button left, so Reese is just going to win.
Reese is gonna win with 8 high. I love it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love it.
bet your flush draws, people. They don't always have a pair. They do not always have a pair.
These guys are. I think they're again, the lights and the cameras are really affecting their play in that nobody wants to look like an idiot.
Right.
If that hand had been played at the table next to it, we might have seen some action. But
Yeah.
again, they get to see their play 30 minutes down the road. I think, is that right? We're on a 30-minute delay. Right?
Something, I don't know. It's a
15-minute delay.
15 minute,
excuse me,
yeah.
15-minute delay. So yeah, they can check out their play later on down the road if they want to. and they
never
can-
to be scared from looking like an idiot. We all make stupid moves sometimes, but the important point is, do you have strategy? As Reese calls, limps with his queen 10 of clubs, suited Broadway.
He lets it go.
He says, I'll try again. Victor also has the dip button, lets his deuce 3 go. Josh calls the button, 3-4. Could flop
We
some
limp
tiny
around.
straighty cards. Yeah, limped
Going to a flop.
nit pot. That is awful. Reswaps trips. Queen, queen, queen. 3 queens.
Pretty good flop.
Pretty good. John's got a 7, some backdoor diamonds. Probably not going to be too aggressive.
John leads, or did he call? I think he leads. Yeah, he leads.
Yeah, let 50 down.
Reese comes along, heads up.
Yeah, John is drawing pretty much dead. Well, now very dead. Now actually dead.
Reese fills up,
Yeah.
checks it, lets the guy try to hang himself.
He only could have won by going 8-5 there. He could not have won any other
That
way.
might be a bad river for John.
For John,
He makes a pair.
he can't. He's not going to get too much value. It depends on what
Oh,
each
yeah,
bet.
yeah.
75, yeah. He just can't get too much value. Plus, Reese is, as you pointed out, if not the tightest, the second tightest player at the table. You know, Queen's going to hit his range, and Cash doesn't. Because Cash doesn't have a Queen, that means he has. He doesn't have any removal. It means it's more likely that Reese has a Queen, a 10, one of those big cards. Yeah.
John was attempting to steal,
Yeah, just hand the cookie jar.
and didn't work out.
Yep. Mom said, "Put that cookie down."
We're here at Red Star, guys, playing 1-2 Hold'em.
We are indeed at the Red Star on Burnett and Research here in Austin, Texas. The game is going strong. Big E's birthday. As you see Big E right there, mucking his cards. Papa Noel, Big Papa Poker, Santa Claus.
Got a $100 bounty on his head. If you felt, take him to the felt, you get an extra $100 added.
But really, stories will be told about you anyway, as Shark looks down to Pocket Kings on the button.
Last year, we did the same thing, and
Wins
it's
$8.
kind of a funny story. God bless her soul, she's passed, but E's mother was one of the players that felt at him while
Well,
we were playing.
if family can't, who can? You
It
know?
was very funny because she was a sweet lady and not the most
She wasn't the poker shark that he is.
she's definitely
I hope she did it. I hope she did it accidentally. I hope it was it. Oops! Did I win?
It was
Do I have-
something around those lines. I don't remember exactly how the hand played out.
Is 5 in a row of the same color and shape good?
We have a straddle restraddle. It looks like E put the 10 on.
It does look like E put the 10 on. It's gonna go around. Couple of knitters left. Victor in there with his knit button. 6-7 a club or 6-7 hearts.
Suited connectors. Everybody likes a nice little suited connector.
Everyone does. Play them in position. They flop so well. You flop good combo draws. You know, get isolated against a pair. You're never dead.
E looks him up.
He looks him up. He got a 3-9 off, but he's got money in there. And he's not gonna leave his kids in the street.
This is an interesting flop. Nobody hit anything.
This is a game of guts, is what this is now.
E knows Victor doesn't have squadouche, and
This is true. Victor also knows that E knows that Victor doesn't have
this
squadouche.
is a great hand. Both of them know either one has anything.
Well, Victor turns equity. Got a hard draw. Victor fires out. E grudgingly says, "You know what? I know you don't got it, but I can't handle much pressure with 9-3. I mean, you gotta have to, like, eventually, if you're called, you have to show down. Like, you do have to show down at one point.
Victor is now no longer in possession of his knit button. We're down to, it looks like, 2 players.
E and Don. My bet's
and
looking. Are you
Don.
kidding? My bet's looking so good.
You're a great horse picker.
I mean, good horse picker, great American too. But you can just, it goes without saying. Yeah, I like E in the horse race between Don and E here.
So the majority of these guys who are playing at this table, they have a running deuce to 7 game for anybody who's interested in games other than Hold'em or PLO. Deuce to 7 single draw, no limit 5-5. It's a great game for anybody out there trying to find new games to play. And then they'll also play a round of each game where it's deuce to 7 single draw and big O. And great action, great game.
I can vouch for that.
These guys have been playing it pretty regular, and but we do it here at Red Star.
Don, look at this. Look at this. We have to take a brief break from the action to bring you the knit button, the knit game action coming right ahead of us. Don says, I will not pay the $70. It is about 1/5 of my stack. So he goes all in with King Jack. And Reese has a decision.
Looks like we also have 2 other live hands.
Let me tell you, I did not expect this from Don, my dark horse. I did not expect this. Yeah, there's two hands we don't know it yet. Did he just open shove the button for $400? Well, that looks fishy AF. You know who else has a knit button in front of them? Person 2 positions to Don's left. Reese in the blender with his 8s. Lays them down.
You know, I
The real winner of the
I
knit
get the
game,
tank here,
Reese.
but Reese had $1 in the pot, and
Well, Don's move's so suspect though.
it's very suspect.
E folds. Oh, cash. No way, cash. Cash got called for 4-9. Oh, my horse is going out. He's edging E.
All right, he's a winner. Let's see if we can get rid of our button.
He does.
He does.
Yeah, that's the
All right,
whole
he
point.
gets it-
He's
he
not
gets
gonna
it done.
He's not gonna forget to show. It was the whole point of that open shove. Don. All right. Well, he must have known that I had him back and was. So E pays out. Is that what's happening here? E pays out. E pays out. Well, happy birthday, E.
Couldn't have happened to a better guy.
Couldn't have no better. He likes to spread the joy. He does.
For those of y'all who are interested in coming down to Red Star and playing some poker with us, E is a player that he's here all the time. He's playing probably at least 3-4 nights a week. Great dude, very good host, very hospitable, and loves to play. And he's not the type to just fill a seat, if you know what I mean. He's gonna play the game. He's gonna create some action.
These chips are in play. He's not the tight house cat in the corner, but he's also been in the Austin poker community for as long as half my life, as long as I've known him. Used to play at his home game. Used to play blind from the door without looking at his cards. Brought up a whole generation of poker players, poker dealers, and.
Today we have a promo for those of y'all who play, pretty regularly. The hourly rate here for Red Star goes down to $6 an hour if you buy in bulk. It's a $500 min, $1,000 max, but you're getting a $6 an hour rate.
Really, nowhere else in town has a $6 hour. That's
Got to be
a
the
better-
cheapest in town.
it's-
I don't really know who else has got anything lower than that. But yeah,
Yeah, for me that's about 2 weeks. So
for those people who put in some hours, of course they're going to jump on it. It's just a great deal. It's a really good deal.
see some interesting pre-flop action in front of us. Looks like Josh raised it up with a 9-4 in diamonds and gets called in 3 spots. So we're Texas heads up to a 8-deuce-5 flop, 2 clubs.
Looks like Shark outflopped everybody with a 6-5. He leads.
He's got 2 overs and no black cards.
Pretty standard.
Yep, and Shark in there with middle pair. Hard to make a pair.
I think
He might want to stick around, see what happens. Yeah.
He's going to come along.
Gonna come along.
He knows he's pretty much capable of having anything right now.
It's true.
And
There's a lot of cards he doesn't like. That one is a middling card. He's not sad about it, but he doesn't love it. Could brings in the front door. Ace-3 possible. He's only got middle pair. He's losing to 8-7, 8-6. Has him in pretty bad shape.
all right, he's still a non-believer.
Yeah, well, it's hard to make a pair. He's got middle pair. Well, he's gonna take it down now. He checks.
gives
Goes
up.
check.
He
Check.
gives up.
Waves the white flag. Good.
I think
Good.
we're gonna see a check back and a showdown.
Wow.
Shark might try to, bet for value. I don't know.
I mean, there's nothing he's targeting for value. He's got
Yeah.
a pair of 5s.
He definitely
He's
che-
just gonna check.
He
down.
checked back.
He was calling because
Yeah.
he might have had big cards that missed, and queen comes, hits him, it doesn't hit him. I mean, he's got enough showdown value to check there. He doesn't.
sure.
He doesn't need to turn that into a bluff.
Really, there's no reason to bet there.
No. A lot of nutted hands are going to check to him there, and there's no reason to bet the 5. And a lot of air is going to check to him. There's no reason to bet the 5.
Bomb pot now.
Bomb pot. Clem, I'm going to let you handle the bomb pot solo while I go take care of some necessary bodily functions.
Going solo, you guys. For anybody who doesn't know, this is a PLO double board bomb pot. Everybody gets dealt 4 cards. We're going to see 2 flops. It's a $5 ante. I'm a big fan of bomb pots. It's a great break from the whole some people love them, some people hate them. But I think it's great. Alright, we're going to see our first flop. We got an 8, 4 and a tray, 2 hearts.
We're trying to get a
We got a 9, 8, 5 on the top board, rainbow. Looks like Don is going to have the majority of that. Reese has got a full wrap, which is hard to let go. We got a bet and a call. He lays it down. Victor comes along. Josh is out. Shark is in. Chad's out. Alright. Looks like we're going 4 to the turn. Pretty interesting. We got sets. We got straight draws. We got flush draws. Oh, wow. What a turn. Looks like Victor makes set. But he's got a very big hand now. I don't know that Don can get away from it because now he's got a double flush draw and a set and a straight draw. He's got a lot of equity. He might just get it in. Victor leads for 200, which is a pot size bet. Yeah, Don's definitely coming along with his set and double flush draw. Reese made his straight, so he's definitely coming along. And he's also has a straight on the bottom board, straight draw on the bottom board. This is an interesting hand. Wow. Okay. So Victor is going to end up getting scooped here. He went from having set and is Reese has got the king high straight and Don made a wheel. I think Reese is gonna, so Don jams for 160. I think Reese is gonna call, and I think Victor's gonna call. There's just too much in the middle. And he's got a strong hand, but he is definitely getting scooped. Victor's a pretty savvy player. I like Victor a lot, and he can definitely sniff this out. He's yeah, this is a tough one though because the bet from Dawn was very small. Yeah, he's gonna lose, and he's gonna see the bad news. Dawn's gonna show the wheel. Reese is going to show the nut straight on the top board, and Victor's going to show the loser, and Don and Reese will chop it up. That was just, he just ran into the 2 hands that he didn't even want to see. Obviously, like I said, Don had a huge hand. He had set, straight draw, 2 flush draws. Reese has got the nuts. You're just never getting away from it. And neither is Victor because he's just got too much equity. You like that? That's how I say that.
Good way to say it. Did I miss a big one?
Yeah, Victor paid off a jam in the bomb pot from Don. Don makes a straight on the bottom board. Reese had the nut straight on the top board. Victor had two sets on both boards.
Same set on both boards.
Same set, yeah, 9-9.
A lot of equity in that hand. Yeah.
And it was
Bricked out.
the problem was Don's bet was just too small, and yeah, Victor couldn't fold because of just getting the price he was getting. Yeah, that's a tough spot to be.
So missed the boat on both rivers.
Correct. Yeah.
Were they sharing outs? Was it like 6 on both boards? Were there multiple overlapping?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that's always
yes,
that's
yes,
always.
there was definitely some shared cards
And
on both
I
boards.
know Don. I mean, I know both Don and Victor. They're both good PLO players. That's Payne's pick Victor. I know Pains me when I see that. Cause
Oh yeah, I mean you could tell he really didn't want to call, but the price was just too good, and that's the
Some players don't do that. Remember when you're looking at Omaha when you're looking at bomb pots, look at both boards. You might have dead outs. You might have dead outs. You have less outs than you think you do sometimes. It's important.
Well, Victor's been playing cards for quite a while.
Yeah, he has.
He
Look at this flop. Got a gut shot straight flush draw. Well, gut shot straight draw and a flush draw for Reese, and Victor here with top and bottom.
Gone with not a lot. Probably gonna let it go. Victor comes along.
Victor's gonna raise
Victor
it.
raised it up.
Yeah,
too.
Victor's gonna protect his two
Don
pair.
lets it go.
It's a wet board.
Right.
Victor wants to protect himself against those flush draws, but Reese has got a lot of equity.
Come along.
Equity, as they say.
That's equity.
Equity. Turns a nine of spades. No improvement. Doesn't really make any contact with any hand that Victor's worried about. He's gonna blast off. He wants to get that flush draw out there. He might push. What's the pot? 210. I mean, sometimes you overbet the pot here. You're gonna overbet the pot. I don't like to overbet the pot huge. I think you probably know, Clem. I like to shape bets so that it'll hold.
Well, Victor, he's in a position to where he's a little tilty because of the last hand, the bomb pot hand, to where
His table perception.
yeah,
His image.
He has that going for him, and also too, his all in is a little bit above pot, so that even helps him even more.
Well, Reese knows he's on a pure draw here, though. Even if it's not 2 pair, Reese hasn't made a pair yet, so it's. Does he want to gamble? What's his price? He's not getting the best price now. It's 1 card to come, and he's overbet the pot. This is the math says Reese should fold, but he may want to gamble. He knows he can't be best of 6 high, but
Well, yeah. Right, but he is hoping maybe he's not up against as strong a hand
for sure.
as
Oh, for sure.
he is, and if he
Yeah, if he was up against a set or something, he's got 2 dead
if he's up
outs.
just against a pair of 5s, then he's got more equity than he thinks.
Yeah.
But right now he's up against a pretty decent hand,
He-
and
He's got some good equity, but Victor's got better equity.
definitely. It looks like Reese is considering it. I don't blame him only because of the previous hand. The previous hand is really going to be the key factor. He does let it go.
Yeah.
Pretty smart. Reese like a pretty snug guy, and if he was getting a better price, I think he comes along.
Yeah, if Don makes a mistake, or Victor makes a mistake there, bets 100. Reese is getting the right price to call. He's not protecting his hand, but Victor put max pressure, and that was the right move, and it was the right lay down by Reese. Sad to see straight flush draws to go in the muck, but he's got 1 card to come. He can't call there. He can, he just shouldn't.
Yeah, again, like I said, if he was getting the right price, I think.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
I think also too, if Victor checks there, I think there's a small possibility that Reese checks back.
I think
not a
he-
small.
I think
a
he
strong
does. Yeah, I think he
possibility
does.
that Reese checks
Yeah, for
back.
sure.
And so Victor couldn't.
Which is
allow
what
that.
he knows. He knows he's getting called by the check raise with the flush draw. He's not worried about a strong raise. He's trying to maybe get value from a strong raise, but he knows that they're probably gonna fold. He wanted the flush draw out there. He wanted the flush draw gone.
Good bet by Victor. Good lay down by Reese.
Got a $5 straddle from Shark. Just what type of shark do you think Shark thinks that Shark is?
I believe he's a. I'm gonna go tiger. I'm gonna go tiger shark.
I disagree. It's the goblin nose shark. Actually, if you look that up on the internet, they're vicious killers, though.
Sounds like a very made up name.
It is not.
I understand, but it sounds like it.
Sometimes
who
it could
looked
be.
at a shark and went, you know what? He looks like he has a goblin nose.
You know, so speaking of like of made up things, I have a thing. This is a personal window into Nick's life. My girlfriend is not a sports fan, and she did not know what a pickle in baseball was.
Okay.
So I explained it to her, and she didn't believe me.
Okay. Has she never seen Sandlot?
She'd never seen The Sandlot. There's a lot of baseball movies. In fact, she hasn't seen a lot of movies. She's got read way more books than anyone in this building, but deficient on boyish childhood sports movies. She loves Little Giants. Anyway, because I showed her afterwards that a pickle was a real thing in baseball. I explained to her a fictional scoring play in football, and I called it a fresh dill, and got her to use it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
so
amazing.
so a fresh dill is sort of my fake fact. So Goblin Shark could be a fresh dill. Maybe it doesn't exist, but it does. It does, people. As Shark in there with his queen. Looks like it's going to get checked on the river. And we'll take it down? Did you take it down? Yeah, you took it down.
I think
One with his pair of queens. Sorry, we're up to our own shenanigans in back here. We're trying to entertain you people, but don't forget we are playing poker here at Red Star Social. Burnett and 183 here in Austin, Texas. E's birthday, 2 times promotions. We got food, friends. We got opportunities to felt E.
the beer is flowing like the wine of Capistrano.
The beer is what we're just sharing. This is a social club. We share our alcohol with our friends. So just come on over for a good time. It's not a bar, but it's more fun than any bar you've ever been to. That's not true. I've been to some fun bars, but this place is pretty fun too.
So E stepped away from the table. He's back.
Back. Looks down to an ace-4.
Premium.
Often looks like aces if you squint and squeeze your cards the correct way.
Or if you've been drinking a little bit.
Or if you've been drinking. E's not a big drinker, but I don't know if you can actually. Flop of 7, ace 9. E out in front with his pair of aces.
Looks like we got an exposed card, which may affect something from Josh. Yeah.
Who's the pervert?
Exposed card.
Exposed
guys.
card. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and it looks like he's gonna take it down. Bet and take it down. Yeah.
Yeah, no one else had much of anything on that flop.
Did they?
Unraised pot, limped pot, an ace.
Did
He
they
wins.
restart the knit game? I don't think they did. Oh, they did. Or are they going to? He's sitting out of the knit game.
Victor's sitting out of the knit game. That is truly the nittiest move, sitting out the knit game. It is. You should have to forfeit your stack. But double straddle on it looks like. Looks like 5 and 10 from Chad and Don. Oh no. Chad's just posting the big blind. That's just a $5 straddle from Don. Reese looks down to ace jack. Suited diamonds. Gonna make it 20. So makes it 4x.
This might fold around.
Shark's in there with an ace. He might want to defend a small blind. Nope, he lets it go. Reese is, as we say, tight. People know this, respect it.
Don's coming along. I like it.
Saucy.
Suited 10.
Woolworth, 5 and 10. That's what the old name for that hand. Look at a 9 king flop. Whole bunch of whiff for both of them. Backdoor draws for both. Don gonna check. Reese is gonna c-bet. Don unlikely to continue here. Yep, just lays it go. He wasn't trying to set up a play. He just hoped he flopped well. He did not.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, or should I say, a few of these guys are not the regular Hold'em player type.
Yeah, Don doesn't play as much Hold'em as some of these players. Neither does Victor.
Right. So, they're splashing around a little bit, like we just saw with Don calling a raise with a 10-5, which, for those of you at home, not a very strong hand. But
Clem just doesn't know how to play it, people. It's a very strong hand. You should play it from multiple raises.
the 10-5 was a
That's a fresh deal.
fresh deal. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these, a lot of these guys. I like this group because we got a nice little mixture here. We got some guys who, play on the reg, and some of these guys are just recreational players. They come in and just hang out, and shoot the breeze, and hang out with the boys. Unfortunately, the majority of the time it is boys. And
It is. We have an underserved population here at Red Star. Reminder: Ladies' Night every Friday and Sunday. College Night every Tuesday and Sunday. College-aged ladies, feel free to come any day, but Sunday's your day. $8 an hour. Bring a friend. Get $3 for that friend, and get a month membership. And today, E's birthday, March 15th. You got pastries and 2X promotions.
Victor puts in a raise, it looks like, with the Queen 9 suited. Folds around.
Decent hand to raise the hijack.
Looks like we're going heads up. King's got a suited, E's got a suited king.
As I say, he's studying that King X meta now. Ace, Ace 6. Whiffs.
This is definitely a deja vu with the last hand.
It's exactly a deja vu. If neither of them have nothing. Who's going to bet? But E turns pair fives. Best hand. I don't think he folds here. I think he calls. Oh, no, he does. He just lets it go. He says he was tired. It's his birthday. People have been coming up and congratulating him. He doesn't want to play two pair there.
He's trying to save that $100 bounty. That's what he's trying to do. He especially does not want to give it to them.
Well, I was about to say that was the point I was going to make up. Is the last person at that table that he wants to pay an extra $100 to is Victor. The very last person. They play a lot of hands together, and he is bound and determined to avoid that.
They're not real fond of losing to each
It's
other.
a $10 straddle, looks like, coming from John this hand. John has been a little card dead, and maybe he's hoping. He takes it back.
Okay,
Is it double?
We are restarting the Nick game. Okay, we thought we did it already,
there we
but
go.
everybody's in now. Oh, except Victor. Doesn't want to play. Oh,
He is being forced to play. Daniel is forcing him to play.
Trying real hard now.
I don't want to bring any sensitive topics into it. I think Daniel might be calling out Victor's Asian card.
It does happen, and very often to that particular Asian.
He might be saying that Victor is undeserving of the
And he'd be right. He would totally be right. It looks like John took his straddle back.
John did, which is pretty nitty to start the knit game.
Super nitty.
You know, though, but having a straddle in the knit game is kind of unnecessary. The whole point is to get it out of the muck. And it looks like, first of all, we already have one straddle, so he's not double straddling. Fine. But you know, you put a 5 on there in the knit game. People are already a little wide. We could see we see fireworks.
You guys want to go to 15?
As John rubs his cards against the felt, magically turning them into aces, but they are actually 7 8.
John is he's a little card dead. Victor picks up pretty good.
The premium holding, ace king. Wish it were suited, but it's not. He raises to 20. Chad calls. Kojak.
Chad's coming along with a
Couple of Broadway cards.
mediocre hand.
Often doesn't take a raise
He
one.
knows
He has to hit a flop very well, very specifically. He's better to do that. Hit that Jack and the King.
this is an interesting flop. We've got Big E with the open-ended leads. Leads into the ace high, and Chad jams.
Victor decides to float.
Chad jams
And,
for 600, and everybody folds, and he'll win the pot.
Again, this sizing in the knit game is people can get snapped off. It only works until it doesn't. You know, he could have easily taken down the pot, I think, with a $300 bet. Doesn't need to bet $500, $150 raise. Although you might have come along up and down for 150, but 200. You don't need to bet 600.
Welcome to Red Star.
Welcome to Red Star. Welcome to Red Star. Exactly.
We're not here to mess around.
No.
And I think Chad, one thing I like about Chad is he's just like, if you got it, you got it.
Yeah, and his table image is pretty tight there. He's been playing very few hands. People are gonna fold, get out of the way. They don't have a 9. If they do have a 9, he's gonna snap.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. It's but you know, Victor raced pre. He could have anything, and again, he's just like, you got it.
You got it. Victor, Victor's got a 5-6 diamonds, and Shark's got an ace queen off. Probably gonna raise it, 35. Chad also looking down. Is he gonna 3-bet? Nope, just a call.
I like it.
In position.
One thing we like to do, he comes along here also. He's got the 4 deuce suited.
Spicy.
Alright, we got 4 to a flop. Yeah, one thing we like to call ace queen is seat open.
Seat open.
Because it is notoriously
It is a fickle hand, often dominated by ace king, kings, aces. Used to be called walking back to Houston.
exactly. Alright, well, this flop doesn't hit anybody. Everybody checks the Chad. Chad fires.
Chad fires and is probably gonna take this down.
New player coming to the table.
Oh, Steve. Got Zag in. Brought an interesting hat.
Chad's got quite the hat.
He does. He is a man of many chapeaus. Shark folds.
Chad's bet takes it down, which, you know, nobody had anything.
Does he remember to show? He does.
He shows.
He shows. Correctly gets rid of his net button.
No more second knit button for Chad.
No.
Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Chad top off, or did he win a big
Yes,
pot?
Chad topped up. Chad added on. I don't know how much it was. I think it was about $500.
Gotcha.
Looks like Steve's tacking on a little bit more. He's coming in. He sees the stacks and he doesn't want to be short.
You don't want to be short. You don't have to be the highest stack. You don't have to necessarily buy for the exact match, but you don't want to be in a position where you can't play pot. We can't leverage. We don't have any bets. You can't. You have no fold equity because you only got $100. You know, you gotta be able to win some pots, making people fold.
So we're playing a bomb pot now.
We are.
And we're at Red Star.
We're at the
For
Red
those
Star.
of y'all who have never been, this is a great place. We got great parking. We have great food around us for those of y'all who like to put in long sessions and need to eat.
I do agree. We have great food.
And
We have okay parking. We have good parking. We have good
have-
parking. We have much better parking than the other houses in this town.
we have parking. We'll just say we have parking.
Yeah, we get parking.
You know, it's a great spot tonight. It is Big E's birthday. We're doing double promotions. We have a promotion on our hours that you can buy in bulk. You can buy $6 an hour, $500 min, $1,000 max. Greatest rate in town.
You know-
You're not gonna get a better.
You know what a great way to pay for your hours would be? Is to felt E 6 times, because every time you felt E, you get $100 just on top of the pot. You win a big pot, and then here's an extra 100.
Tonight and tonight only, everybody.
Tonight
and
and
tonight
tonight
only. It's Biggie's birthday. He's on the stream. If you felt him in the stream, it's $100. If you felt him off the stream, it's only 50. But hey,
Still counts.
it's that sweet E money.
That's right. It's we see a 9 ace 9 flop rainbow and a 5 8 ace flop with 2 clubs.
Reese leads out, which he should. He's got the ace.
Reese has
Victor.
top 2, and Victor also has top 2. But
And
Reese
Don
has
comes along with the flush draw, straight draw.
pair of kings as well. Turn is a queen of spades and a 9 of spades. It's removal for another 9.
This
It's
is
less
very
less
interesting
likely.
turn. Very interesting turn.
Don has ace queen, or Victor has ace queen and ace 8, so he's got top 2 pair on both boards. Out in front right now. Don's got a gut shot and a nut flush draw, as well as some straight outs.
He's open-ended with the
Yep.
flush draw on the top, and then he's got the gutter with the king.
Yeah, he's
out
got
for
king,
the
any
boat.
king or a jack.
Any king or jack would be.
So he's got a decent amount of equity. Don and Victor are probably gonna end up either. as Reese fires 120, and Victor deciding whether to call or raise or get the heck out of the way. A little scared of the last 9, but no one has it.
I think
It is a paired board, so someone could have aces, someone could have queens. I mean, he has removal for both of them, so.
So here's what's going on with Victor right now. He's replaying what happened in the last hand. It was against these same 2 players. He had 2 sets and he got scooped, and that's exactly why he just laid that hand down.
That is, you're right there.
Spot on.
He's
spot on.
Yeah.
And
Well, now Reese has the best hand on both boards.
Reese is in a really good spot right here. Yes, Don has outs, but he
Reese more likely to scoop for sure.
is in a great position right now to take it all. We got a blank, and then
Well, there you
and
go.
then
Don hits the
one.
nuts, so yeah, it's gonna be a chop.
The only thing Reese making, if Don bombs it right here,
Which he will, he should, and Reese
will probably let it go.
Reese probably lets it go because
Yeah.
he can't stand the heat on the ace 9 board. Any club in a 9.
He doesn't have a very good kicker.
Oh,
it
Don
went
checks.
check.
It went check. Don. Well, it's because it's a board pairing 5. Don was a little
right,
scared. We didn't
right.
realize. We didn't look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
it closely enough because you and I are just
I
we're
mean,
just chilling.
I don't-
Less focused on our.
I'm not a
intense
big fan
focus.
of the check from Don there, only because
If he had aces, then he had whatever.
if you have aces, you're just gonna scoop.
Yeah.
But
Well, but if he had aces, then what the heck is Victor in there with? You know,
Right.
Victor has to have at least the other ace. So that means aces are very unlikely there.
exactly, and so that's again why I don't really like the check. That's impressive.
We're easily impressed here.
So again, Victor is still very much gun shy now. That
he clearly was
his
a little
his
upset there.
double set bomb pot hand got scooped again by Don and Reese, the exact same 2 players who just met him. So makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, well, gotta let go of the past. It's hard to do, but it's essential to good poker. So move on to the next hand. This is buttons on Reese. We have a straddle. No, it looks like the button's on Don. It looks like we got a straddle from John. Or do we? I can't tell.
It looks like John's the big one.
Yeah, it looks like John's the big. So 2 going round. Rare unstraddled pot. As Shark makes it $20 with an offsuit Queen Jack.
Queen Jack off.
And it's gonna take it down. No one had anything. It's a nit game. People should be calling a little wider, but I think E had already lost his button, and Cash didn't want to call it 10-4. So Shark gets an easy nit fold, gets rid of that button, doesn't have to pay the table, $10 each.
Okay, so a new rule. Okay, so I like if you don't show your hand when you've won, you should get a second Nick button. I think we need to institute that immediately. New rule: the pot's got to be bigger than $3.
Yeah, you can't steal the blinds. So yeah, no defense from the blinds is bad Nick
The
gaming.
pot's got to be a minimum of $25-$50, something substantial, because
You can't hook the big blind for a call. That's like because what if they make it $50 under the gun? The big blind's in there. It pulls around the big blind at night. I mean, you can't make the big blind on the hook for all of that. It's
I just I'm not a big fan of giving up the button after scooping a $3 pot.
well, not for $20. Yeah, I agree.
Is that what we're playing for 10? Is it $10 or $20?
No, it's $10 penalty, but it was a
$10.
$20 raise is my point. So that's a little nitty. You can call off.
$15. Oh, they
15.
juiced it
Oh,
up.
they juiced it. All right.
I like it. Double knitted out.
Yeah, Victor should be defaulting on all nit payments going forward. As Reese has a pair of 7s here, raises up to $20.
If he wants to get back in the game, he has to double whatever the bounty is.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, see a flop of 3 Queen 5, all rainbow. Reese actually best with his 7s here. No one has a queen. Question is, will he be able to take it down with a bet? He does.
Yeah, well,
No one wants to bet a pot with Reese.
he's in there with his napkins, and then Shark was really just hoping to hit a flop, and that was
Not the flop.
happening.
Not the flop.
That flop was not.
That was not his flop.
anybody.
That was not his flop.
Not
Yeah,
his flop.
Not his flop.
Easy.
That's
folds
most.
on
That's
button.
most hands. Most hands. Not a lot going on. You push a lot of hands where you just deal flops and turns. What percentage of hands go to the river fund?
What percentage?
Yeah. What do you think? You think one out
Not
of
a
every
lot.
3? 1 out of
Not-
4?
Probably 1 out of 4.
1 out of 4 hands
Yeah.
go to the river. Yeah. That sounds about right.
And especially with the structure we have on this game, where it's a mattress stack game, guys can be a lot deeper in a 1-2 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna see a lot of guys getting out of line.
Yeah.
Just not a lot.
Well, we say that we've had some big all ins into small pots, but the knit game will do some crazy things.
That does definitely create action.
Cash looks down to a 3-7 on the button and does the right thing, raises it to $15, trying to lose his knit button. And Victor looks down to pocket kings.
Interesting.
How does he maximize here? He's going to 3-bet. What does he do? He wants to get Steve out, but he wants to keep John in, so he makes it 60.
Steve's got
Oh,
decent
makes it
holdings.
85, yeah.
He's got some decent holdings here.
Steve does.
Lets it go. Wow.
Oh, the small blind versus button, Victor's going to have, a tighter range.
John comes along. I love it.
Wants to flop. Gotta see a flop. Can't suck out if you don't see a flop. Well, there you go. Now he can suck out. Look at that. 8, 9, 10.
Wow.
Cash in there with up and down straight draws. Got a 7. Victor's in there with aces, kings, queen, ace, kings, all sorts of stuff. Cash may bluff. We'll see. But he may. Yeah, there you go. Sets up just the call. Victor only has $236. There's not much for him to bluff, to be honest.
We'll probably see a jam. We'll probably see a fold.
Yeah, that's most likely what we'll see. We'll see a jam in the fold. It's just their SPRs. They're too little money. They don't have enough money to play this hand out like a
So
Deep
it's
stacky.
interesting here because John's probably putting Victor on like an ace, probably like an ace queen maybe. And if that's the case, that means he's got less outs than he thinks he has.
Oh, he's got more outs than he actually has. But
Well, he doesn't have a jack out.
yeah,
Right.
Well,
He
if
has
he
the 7 out,
puts him on a queen,
he's got the 7, the 6, and the 3.
I think John's going to range him a little bit. John's going to think there's a variety of hands he could have. Ace queen's certainly one of them. Victor's demonstrating a lot of strings. He may give him credit for that. Either way, it's a big bet in that pot. So I'd be curious to know what John thought Victor had.
Did he show? He did show.
He has to show. He'll
No,
show
he's not
movement.
playing the game.
Oh,
He's not playing the game.
okay. So for the viewers at home, the button is in the button next to Victor's name is not an indicate that he is playing the knit game. It is just an indication that he is a knit and should be shunned. Victor will not actually. I say from now on, if Victor, if you don't play the knit button, you have a permanent knit button next to you on screen, graphically. So that's
We should get a T-shirt made for Victor.
Yeah.
And he
Dustin says knit squared should be his T-shirt, and that's fine. I think it's appropriate. Chad looks down to a queen 4 of hearts. Throws in the muck. Curses the poker gods. Reese with an ace.
lays it down.
E with big slick.
This is where E gets dangerous. E can play any 2 cards in any position. That's the great thing about him. He's one of those guys that's been playing for so long. He's very old school when it comes to his method of play. He's got an actual premium hand, and this is where he's dangerous.
For sure. He's in position on everyone except for John here. And they're both Shark and John in there with some medium straightening cards. We get a medium lowish flop.
This is an interesting flop. Nobody got much of anything, but I think Ian knows that, and he knows that he's ahead. He definitely knows he's ahead. But Shark knows that E could have anything, and he's got some outs, and so he's going to come along. He's going to see what comes on this turn with his turn card.
And he's going to hit the
He
nuts.
spikes it.
He's going to hit the nuts.
And he spikes it. That's
Well, he doesn't have much, so it's going to go check.
unfortunately for Shark.
Unfortunately for Shark, yes.
4 pairs on the Riv doesn't really change anything. Shark's probably going to bet for value.
Yeah, he's just gonna fold. There's no way
He
he
goes
thinks
all
well,
in.
Well, that's definitely not gonna get a call. Also, so
He's going to tank.
this is a little Hollywood, but
He's maybe thinking Miss Diamonds.
possibly, but he can't make the call there. He's gonna let it go. Well, he only has $170.
Save your $100 bounty.
He only has 100. That's the other thing. He's got to decide what he wants to pay out of his bounty.
Save your $100 bounty.
Is this the first bounty hand? It shouldn't be. He should not call off here with ace high. That flop hits the small blind, the calling range of the range of his callers way too well.
He hates it, but
He hates it. He lets it go.
He hates it, but he lets it go.
He can't pay his first bounty off calling off with ace high. He can't do that. He wants to be sucked out on. He wants to be sucked out on.
Sure.
Like we all do. We all want to be sucked out.
He definitely doesn't want to pay a bounty with ace high.
That's right. Doesn't want to do that. Wants to suck out.
Good fold E.
Good fold E.
Everybody out there, it's E's birthday.
It's E's birthday.
We're playing some poker. We got some cake.
Now that he's low, I feel like I should just jump out there, buy in real quick.
See if you can get that
Absolutely.
$100 bounty.
Get the $100 bounty. I know they've got to be licking their chops. It's like a wounded deer right now.
Did we lose Victor?
Did we lose Victor?
We lost Victor.
Was it a loss? The man who wouldn't play the knit game?
Victor's out.
Did we lose Victor? Did we gain Victor's spirit? Oh, Victor's back. Victor's back. Okay. All right.
We didn't hit him. He's quite the character. I love him to death. He's been in this country for 160 years, and he still can't understand the word that comes out of his mouth. And
He was actually born.
for it.
He was
Love
born.
him.
He was born here. Yeah, that's just how he speaks. As cash looks down to pair eights.
Good fold.
3 bets it to 50. Over Chad's open with queen 10. And everyone's going to fold because cash hasn't 3 bet in, I don't know, about 6 hours.
Looks like E comes along. With the
E
old,
comes along. He's hoping to lot. This is the worst hand for E to come along with. 6-8.
Oh, and he hits the flop.
Well, the good news is there's an ace out there, so maybe he gets away. But no, he probably gets away. I think he folds. He gives crash credit. Yeah, no reason to call. If it had been 6 high, you might call. Cash raise, if not a pair of hands. But he's flirting with it. I think he's got to top off. I think topping off is a better strategy than waiting to pay out.
That's what's one great thing about E. Now, he's a good poker player. He loves playing, but he likes people to have something to root for.
Yeah, he likes the community.
Yeah, and if coughing up $100 bounty is going to help these guys, or juice up the game enough to where guys want to come back, he has no problem dumping a couple of $100 bounties and letting these guys have some fun with it.
Well, the game is pretty full, and if you guys come see us over at Burnett and Research here in Austin, Texas, at the Red Car Social, you will see full tables all throughout this room. Austin Poker Community has come out to celebrate E's birthday. 2 times promotions, $400 for the quads of the day, extra hours for royal flushes, bomb pop bonuses if you felt them. Well, no, I guess bomb pop bonus. 2 extra bomb pop bonuses if you get the 4 quads. But
yeah, you get dealt quads in your hand. It's a normally $100 bonus. Tonight it's $200 for E's birthday.
That's right. And felt E and get $100 for his birthday. That's what the deal is. Josh looks down to gut shot. We got outside here. Chad in there.
Pretty abysmal holdings on all 4 players.
Chad also with a gut shot. And Don with nothing. Overs. Folds. Josh bets his gut shot wins. This is the knit game, Dustin? You're positive? This is the knit game? They keep folding. I'm just asking. No one's calling. You haven't seen anything go to the turn. Do they realize? I guess they just don't realize that one of them will have to pay the penalty.
We really don't need the buttons. They're all nits. We need to juice up the penalty. Okay, now we have officially lost Victor. We have a new player coming in.
I don't recognize this player.
This is a old school Red Star player. This is Scuba.
Ah, this is Scuba. This is Scuba.
Scuba is a really good dude, and he is definitely
Gonna
this
fire some
game-
bullets.
get this game out of the muck. This guy likes to play cards.
Well, we've had some muckishness in the last 30 minutes or so. So let's see what Scuba can do here as action goes around. Scuba sees a king for first hand temperature check for a lot of players. A lot of players like to play the first hand no matter what. Scuba says king 4 is not good enough. Josh looks down at a 3-6.
Makes it 20.
15.
Don comes along.
Tiny numbers. I know. Don comes along. King Jack. Go Jack offsuit. Go to flop. Josh in position. Flop with 5-9 ace. All rainbow.
Check, going to the turn. Great turn. Holy mackerel.
Josh turns an open-ended straight flush draw, and Don has no pair, no gut shot.
He's got
no
a blocker
anything.
if the flush does come in, the backdoor clubs, and he will put that into consideration.
It's true. Pair of
Wow.
threes for Josh going to be the best hand. Don wagering.
Gonna see if he can buy it.
That's an interesting wager. I think Josh might call with threes here. I think not much connects. Don was very passive on the flop and turn, unlikely to check an ace. If he's betting anything for value right now, it'd be like a pair like tens. Might be trying to get a call from nines. Josh's hackles might be up, but maybe he thinks Don checked an ace twice. I don't know.
Well, you bet. It looks like he overbet the pot.
He bet about the pot. This pot's about 60.
About the pot,
Yeah.
right around the pot, and so I think Josh is just I think he's just like it's not worth it.
Yeah, but he's
can't really beat much except for a bluff.
But he's right to think it's a strange line.
Sure.
Because it is a strange line. I mean, if you have an ace, you have a nine. If you had either an ace or a 9 on the flop,
Well, I mean,
not bad.
Well, there's a one-liner as well. You know,
yeah,
the deuce has him smashed,
that's true.
and so yeah, he's not worth it.
Don's not likely to have a deuce, but he was in the blind, so anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, anything's possible.
Red Star Social. Some of y'all don't know we're down here playing some cards for E's birthday.
We in no way support communism, by the way. That's just
Back
Just a thing.
back before we got these poker rooms here in Austin, we had home games, and one of the home games that a lot of us like to go to, it was called Red Star, and he decided to open up one and use that name, and it's a great name because people it was a great game.
yeah. The number that I used to have for the Red Star game from 20 years ago is still works.
Still new.
For
Yeah.
a phone. Yeah, one phone. I don't know if it's the main phone. It's not the main phone. Yeah, it's still attached.
500 behind.
And another hand. Chad's got the button. Looks like we got. Do we have $5 channel? Unstraddled pot.
It looks like he topped off, which is we were wondering because he was getting low, and it looks like he topped off, which is good because when you got $100 bounty on your head, you gotta
You need more than $100.
yeah, you need to have some chips to fight with.
Cash makes it $15 with his 8-9 of clubs. Scuba in there with fours.
Raises it up.
3 bets. 3 bets the fours. Trying to get isolated. You 3-bet your fours a lot, Chad? You an any bear? Any pair 3-bet man?
I like that because Scuba just sat down. He's setting the tone.
Setting a tone.
He's setting the tone. He's letting the guys know, you know what? I'm not here to get bullied around. You can't just, come in and pop with me and think I'm not going to defend. He did get out flopped though.
And Cash is playing with him.
Cash leads.
Looks like a Scuba bet and Cash just calls.
Excuse me.
Play check call here.
We're going into a turn.
We are going to turn. 9, not particularly helpful for Cash. Not particularly helpful for Scuba. Queen, I mean.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Gin card for Scuba.
Spikes a 4.
Spikes a 4.
There's
Hard to get paid by.
backdoor hearts.
Yeah.
But I don't think either one of those players is
Let's see what he goes.
concerned,
Let's see what he goes for here.
thinking that somebody.
260. That's a big bet for for cash to call with a pair of 8s. Let's see. The queen was very bad for him. The running hearts. I think Chad probably lets third pair go here.
Well, Cash is really thinking. Did he miss everything? And he's just trying to buy it. And it's very likely. If you have any history with either one of these gentlemen, you know that Scuba could do this with any 2 cards.
Right.
And so that's exactly what's going through John's mind at the moment. I don't think this is a Hollywood. I really do think he's considering making the call.
I agree. I just think he's, we have a natural tendency not to, there's the idea of MDF, the sort of what we defend at a minimum frequency, and even if most players aren't thinking of the math, I think Chad, Cash knows where he's at in his range. He knows he's near the bottom of his range. It's a big bet. He comes to the correct fold eventually.
He has what we call a bluff catch.
He does.
And
ironically, I think Scuba would have bluffed. It just turns out he got hit in the jiggities.
Yeah,
he got hit in the jiggities.
He spiked that ever elusive 2-outer.
Just right in the nuts.
Well, now we're going to a bomb pot. Everybody's favorite.
Indeed.
We got rid of a nit that we had in seat 1. We brought in a ringer, a bomb pot expert.
The higher the gamble, the less you really have to tip. It makes my job more exactly right.
Nice full table. I like a good full
We
table.
finally got full ring, and I don't know why we haven't had one. We have more than enough players in the room. Just a little scared to get on the live stream.
I think too it's Friday night. You know, guys maybe they went out and had some dinner, whatever it is, and now they're like, okay, let's go celebrate with these. Let's go play some cards.
What is whatever it is? It is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
Jack 8 deuce, 2 spades, and ace 3 deuce, 2 hearts. Our flops. Let's take a look and see what we got. We got a flush draw for Scuba.
Flush draw on the top board, straight draw on the bottom board.
Mm-hmm.
Shark has got spade draw on the bottom board and a pair with a straight draw.
Jack high spades, not the nuts, but pretty high, pretty good.
According to these numbers, Shark has
It does. He has a lot of equity, according to the numbers. It's probably his flush draw and his pairs. A straight draw.
Chad's got nut hearts.
Does.
Wheel draw.
Nut hearts. That's a pretty strong hand for Chad. Pretty strong hand for Chad on the top board. He's got a lot of coverage there, a lot of board coverage. He's got also 2 5s, which you need a 5 to make a straight there, so it puts removal. Turns out there are 2 5s out there. Oh well, Chad just makes a straight flush just right off the bat, so that closes down the top board. We don't have to worry about it anymore.
Those are pretty tough to come by. For anybody who doesn't know, a straight flush is 5 cards in order of the same suit. Very tough to make, very tough to beat.
Don's gonna come along because he's got the second nut flush and he has 3 jacks on the bottom board, so he's got a lot of equity. He just doesn't know he's drawn completely dead. I mean, he might think that. I mean, he's drawn dead against the ace high flush too, but
he's not drawing dead on the bottom board. Even
No,
though
no.
Shark did turn a boat, he turned jacks full.
he did.
And he is facing a bet from Scuba. It looks like, and
Don's got 3 overs to the 8, so he's might be in there. The question is, Chad's got to be sitting there licking his lips, saying, "How do I build a pot?"
oh, he just comes along. I love this from Chad. There's no point in really putting in a raise here. You want everybody behind you to put money in the middle.
Well, if he min raises,
Well,
he's gonna get a call
I think
from.
Don is gonna help him out. He's gonna put. There you go.
Maybe
Yeah,
Don's
this
gonna-
is exactly what Chad was hoping for. If he just calls, then he gets weaker holdings to gamble or to get it in, thinking they're ahead. So Don pushes all of his 620 in the middle. the action's on Scuba.
What's Scuba gonna do with his queen high hearts?
Scuba is in a tough spot.
Is he good enough to let this go?
He's playing a one-way hand, and he knows it. And it's
The answer is no. He's not.
he's definitely coming along.
He's coming along with the queen high hearts there.
And Shark's in a tough spot. Shark's in a tough spot because he's got a two. Okay, he looks like he's just gonna. Yeah, everybody's getting it in.
He's only beat by Jack 8. And
Chad is just in heaven.
if someone's got Jack 8,
Chad's in
then
heaven.
Chad's so happy right now.
He's just like, okay, all right, just give me half.
If Shark says if someone's got Jack 8, then they got Jack 8. And Don now has no choice. Don is now what we call well and truly pot stuck. He's got all his outs are clean. He's got clean outs above an 8, so he doesn't have to worry about that. He knows there's jacks full out there, but he's got to draw 'cause the pot's so effing big, and he has money in there already. So
I think all the money's already in. We're doing the dealer's doing a count.
The only question is who's going to win the bottom, because Chad is scooping the top and has no chance of winning the bottom. So
Scuba is dead.
Scuba's dead, deader than a doornail.
Couldn't be more dead.
Couldn't be more dead. His money might as well be lit on fire or in I don't know what's the opposite of crypto.
The dong.
He has his money in Beanie Babies. His money.
Vietnamese currency.
Yeah, he's got his money evenly divided between Thai Beanie Babies and Shiba Inu coins. And it's all soaked in gasoline and lit on fire. Is he putting more money in the pot for some reason?
He didn't. Chad.
Shark did. Okay, Shark put more.
Shark and Chad put more money in the middle.
Well, he's gonna have actually. So when you look at it, he is gonna have as you see, the dealer's gonna have some interesting side pot work to do because there is gonna be some split side pots because Don and Scuba both have flushes, and Shark and Chad do not. So the money is gonna be split up into several pots. So this split is going to take the better part of the next hour.
There's a lot of chips going in the middle. What do we got? Almost 4K in the middle?
Well, he's got to make this right on the side pots before he even gets to the dealing the rivers. So he's going to square up. Who's got the most money here? It looks like it's Shark. Nope, Chad. Chad's got everyone covered. So he's going to get half of everyone's money. Shark's second best, so he'll get half of everyone's money if Don doesn't vote up. And if Don votes up, then Shark will get some, Don will get some, and Chad will get some from Scuba. Everyone get a little Scuba money.
Inconsequential.
Oh, nope. That's half of it for Don. There we go. Don boats up, hits the king on the river. Wow. And so Shark is gonna get.
The good thing is
some money back.
Shark, yeah, he definitely wins a little bit on the side because of Scuba. But
well, they chop. They just chop. Whatever.
What I'm saying is Scuba put it in almost dead.
Yeah.
So
but
they're gonna get a little money. He's gonna get a little money from Scuba on the side. Where Chad also was in the side.
No. He won't. Is my point. Actually, he won't get any of the money from Scuba because it'll go to Chad. Because Chad had Scuba covered, right? Or not quite?
Scuba had everybody covered.
Scuba had everyone covered.
Scuba had everyone.
Did Shark have Chad covered?
Chad had third or second best.
Okay. So then, yeah, you're okay. Yeah. So Shark shouldn't get any money back.
Yeah, he had a side pot. So Don had the shortest stack.
Okay.
Don had the shortest stack.
Don had the shortest stack.
Yeah.
Chad had the second shortest stack. Okay. All right. So then, yes. So then Shark did get some.
Yeah, a little bit of money on the side.
And Scuba is left with $87. That is a tough hand.
I think he's already counting out his everybody.
I think so.
What a river for Don. He was obviously, like you said, he had clean out. Man, he was in rough shape.
Yeah. Well, he needed to hit. What a turn for Chad, just sitting there free rolling. Would have been great if he had some, get some equity on the other board. I would have been so excited for if I were Chad. But no, just sitting there knowing you're getting happy pie.
When you turn the nuts in a
the quads are the straight flushes.
He's still resistance, and you got 3 guys going all in. You're in heaven.
Yeah,
you're in heaven.
Yeah.
You know you're about to Make some money.
Yeah, I think Scuba's gonna remember this hand. Hopefully, maybe not. We'll see. But Queen High Flush, not usually something you want to get all of your money in. Then.
So just to recap about our good buddy in seat 1, Scuba. Scuba's here to play, boys.
Scuba's here to play.
He's here to play.
I'm not saying that wasn't a play, Chad. I'm not saying that wasn't a play. We're finally ready for another hand of your regularly scheduled hold'em here at Red Star Social. Burnett and Research.
Big E's birthday.
Big E's birthday.
$100 bounty. You come down here, you play the stream, you felt E. It's $100 in your pocket.
And you get to tell the story to your kiddos.
He hasn't given one up yet, I don't think, right?
No, he's being stingy. He rebought. He was flirting with the idea for a second. As Scuba looks down, Karma has rewarded him with a pair of kings. He said, "Sorry about the last hand.
This is
Here's some get even."
This is the best timing in the world.
It's always great to get a big hand after you've been back, or after you put a lot of money in the lost big pot. It never looks like you're not stealing.
Folds around. This isn't good.
Well, he's gonna
He
call.
needs somebody to bite.
He might bite here. He might bite with the ace 10. And he does.
He's in.
So I'll see a flop.
Cashes out. Heads up to a flop.
Let's see if it's something exciting like an ace king 10. It is not.
Interesting flop here.
Yeah. E there with a gut shot. Needs Scuba to make a king. Also an ace is good. Ace or a king for E. And Scuba in there with his overpair. Oh, and E goes along with Scuba. So maybe we'll have our first bounty of the day. Unless we get a good turn for E here. Wow. There it is. First pitch, bink. E hits an ace and is now running best.
Check.
Check.
All
Check.
right, we got a blank for the river.
Yep, no 10. You did not want to make two pair there.
Possibly going to check again.
I think checking might be the best move here. It preserves bluffs, but Scuba might call, but I don't know. So
Yeah, one check.
Showdown.
E
Both
takes
good.
down the pot.
Scuba a little sick after that turn. That's insult to injury after that last
It's
hand.
a little brutal.
Yeah,
It's a little brutal.
It's unfortunate for Scuba. So long as you've ever sun run where you felt like you couldn't miss, Clem.
I've never felt that
You
sensation.
never felt that
Never
sensation?
felt that sensation.
Wow.
It's I've had good runs that were obviously pure luck, but
No straddle again. Scuba Steve a little upset after the Kings.
I think he's a little snake
Understandable.
bit. He's a little snake bit, and you can't blame him.
Who wouldn't be? I mean, seriously, I was ugly. Right on the turn. Right on the turn. No waiting for E. Or he might be going the other way. We got a king 3 suited. He might be making a raise here. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Gotta win one of these
Suited
times.
king, man.
Gotta win one of these
days.
days. Steve 100% gonna 3-bet with his ace queen, as he does.
Makes it 60.
Yep. Steve loves to 3-bet ace queen.
Suited connectors for shark. He might come along.
Usually does it right.
Like it.
That's
Like it.
interesting. Well, that might start a little motive. No, Don, let's go with the queen 10. We could have had a big old-fashioned Texas hootenanny.
He's got the 9-7 off. He's thinking everybody's full of shit, which most of the time he'd be right. I think this time, yeah, he can let it go and just let them duke it out.
Cash in there with ace king. Well, this is an interesting. Yeah. He's just gonna push. He's just gonna push. Scuba's gonna get out of the way, I would think. And then
John puts in a bunch, about
the rest of his stack, 436.
about half of what Scuba's holding.
Yeah.
So
Just a king high. So
with a raise and a call behind him and then a jam, I think Scuba can let it go.
yeah, he's gonna let it go. So Steve has the decision. Question is, in his mind, does he think he's racing?
So here's the thing.
He's gonna let it go. Nope, never mind. He calls. He's suited.
I would have bet against him calling this in.
I think this is one of the situations where suited might have made a difference. But we get a classic Ace Queen versus Ace King matchup. It happens. Steve unhappy to see Cash with the hand that he has. Cash very happy to see that Steve has Ace Queen. And I don't know if they... Yep, looks like they're going to run it once. And then a whole lot of nothing.
Oh.
Turns hearts. Oh, and then the river. Well, that is just the worst run out for Cash. Yeah.
That's just bad.
Oh, so they did right.
Oh,
They did a
running
read
it
twice.
twice.
Yeah, I
Okay.
kind of thought that they might. And there we go.
Shot.
I mean, 10 is still alive. No, all right, there we go. So they chop it up. They chop it up. The running hearts. That's always a nice twist. Yeah. The call by Steve there. A lot of the times, Cash is going to have a pair he's racing against, but
So
he's also going to have a lot of hands that have it.
the tightest player at the Crown was definitely, I thought, going to C2. But the caller with Ace Queen. Now, mind you,
Their stacks weren't big.
right,
Yeah, their stacks weren't huge.
Steve also, I like Steve's good. He's very, very irritating. And he makes really good decisions when it comes to his play. But I think because of the stream,
Yeah. People don't like to fold, right? Especially tight laydowns. You don't want to make a tight laydown and be wrong. It looks very mean.
got some easy laydowns here around the 5 deuce to 7.
A lot of junk in the muck.
Don brings it in for 10. He's got a suited king. I like it.
Very reasonable. Splits the San Francisco busboy in the muck. He looks down to a suited duo Brunson and may think, that hand has some sentimental value. Calls.
Alright, Scooby's got a decent arms, premium, and he just
Little gun shy. Little gun shy. Yeah, well, he's been snake as you've pointed out. He's been snake bit the last 3 times he's played a hand for any money. So he's also in the blind, right? Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. All right. So flop of 7 king 10 with 2 diamonds. Scoob with the gut shot. Cash with the middle pair. Don with the top pair.
Don ahead currently. Cash with a pair. Backdoor diamonds. Only one with a diamond. Backdoor diamonds. Backdoor straight.
Backdoor diamonds.
Backdoor. E with a pair. Where's it go?
So yeah, turn is a 9, so it gives Don 2 pair. Cash, like I said, the only one with a diamond. He's up and down with his 8 of diamonds as well. 2 interesting hands. Scuba called the 25. Oh, and the 6 straightens out Cash.
Spikes it.
Need like
Never,
more golf courses.
ever forget runner.
Never forget runner.
Best hand in poker. Runner.
Most disguised. That's for sure.
Shows the bad news. Don mucks.
Cash will take it down. As the button moves to Cash, we continue our celebration for Big E's birthday extravaganza. 2x all of our promotions. $50 if you felt E not on the stream. If you hustle down here and catch him before he goes and get a chance to felt him on stream, get $100 and the pleasure of felting him. We are at Research and Burnett
A
here in
story
Austin,
you can
Texas.
bring up whenever you'd like in his presence, because we all enjoy stories of getting a bounty from E.
That is true, and he's good-natured about it.
Oh, he loves it.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll say, "Yeah, that's right. I did lose that hand. You go fuck yourself."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Folds around a cash. Got a weak ace, followed by Scuba with a also weak ace.
A lot of times they chop. A lot of times those weak aces chop with each other
Zag comes along with the 7-6 off. We come to
and
a
flops
flop.
a big flop of 6-7. He's got straight flush draw and pair.
He's ahead at the moment.
He is ahead. Scuba also has a straight flush draw. He needs Zag's 6, and Zag ironically needs Scuba's 5.
We got, we're down to heads up. Cash, go ahead and let it go.
Turn his king. Helping no one. Scuba checks. Steve has to decide, is he going to continue to bet? Which he does. Firing out 45, or about half pot. Scuba comes along. Just really hoping he hits the 6 of diamonds, which is in Steve's hand. Steve similarly just really hoping he hits the 5 of diamonds. Is in Scuba's hand. River's 9, straightens out, well, doesn't straighten out anyone actually, so it's a big old brick. And Zag best with his pair of 7s. So, Steve checks, or Scuba checks, yeah, gives up.
Zag gets the chips. And, you know, I think it doesn't play it any other way.
No, one card straight, but you know, they're both low, it's a monotone board, they're both play very cautiously, monotone boards you play cautious. They both just wanted to cheaply hit a straight flush, and they couldn't. They were tickling each other. They were blocking each other. They were flush blockers.
We got a Scuba, we got a Zag, we got a Josh, we got a Shark, we got a Chad, we got a Don, we got a Reese, we got a Big E, birthday boy, and we got a Cash. Good group of guys, having a good, fun time.
They're like a 6.
I saw his.
Look at it on the stream.
I saw his gut
$5
shot.
life travel.
Chad looks down to Nina's.
Wakes up with Wayne Gretzky.
The great one. Don looks down at a pair of hooks. So fish hooks a better hand. Does not make a 3-bet, just calls in position.
Flats. I like it.
Opens up the rest of the field to call. They let a lot of other people in that way.
Shark comes along with an ace-10,
As you do.
going 3 ways to a flop. Should be interesting.
Well,
Oh wow.
yeah. King 7.
Chad's gonna lose some money in this hand.
A little bit.
Don's hand is very disguised.
Very disguised. Very, very disguised.
It goes check, bet, call, fold. Shark lets it go. Or heads up to the turn.
Chad may just check fold the turn. There's not a lot out there.
It goes check, check. We go to the river. It's another blank.
Yeah.
Chad may fire.
I'm not sure Chad wants to go for value here because he's worried about the king for sure from Don. Don's very tight.
How are you, man? Don.
It looks like Chad.
There you go. He's betting
gonna pay
small.
bluff.
Yeah, he's gonna go small. Don's gonna call small. Chad just wants to pay. Yeah, that's the bet. That's essentially the bet that Chad wanted Don to make. Is what he does. The blocker bet that we all sometimes do. He didn't want to call much more than 50. He fires out 50. Don, if you were in there trapping with living with aces or something, you know, got 7. At a 7, you probably call. If you got a king, you probably
He
raise.
definitely smelled a rat.
50 was the number.
I don't necessarily.
Don took a shower today.
He put him on a king. so to
No.
speak,
It's just
but
in the range.
Yeah,
It's
I
possible.
definitely think he was beat.
Yeah.
But he had to, you know, put everything in consideration and made the call and saw the bad news. And then, again, Don disguised his hand.
Yeah, Don definitely did not show that he had jacks before that flop. Calling in position, late position. As we continue to shuffle up and deal.
$100 bounty and he's lap. Wife takes me to the felt. $100 in cash.
In cash. Chad makes it $15 with his king queen. He's not going to be servicing any bounties today with the 9-3 in that hand. Cash looks down to an ace jack. Just calls.
Scuba's out. Zag calls with his suited Doyle.
Suited Doyle Brunson. And Shark in there with the hammer. And elects to call with deuce 7, the best hand in poker.
Very interesting.
Yeah, he had money in there and maybe wants to set up a bluff. That's not going to help him. Board of king 5, ace, 2 hearts.
Everybody got a piece.
Cash and Chad both have pairs, and Zag in there with the flush draw. Runner straight draws. He goes check, check. That's interesting. And I think Steve... not crazy to bet it here, but I find it interesting that he doesn't just check the button and realize his equity a little bit. Someone's obviously in there with an ace, maybe a king. Call king, king on the turn. Yeah, exactly. Chad making trips. Steve again gonna fire the turn?
We might see a raise here from Chad.
We might see a raise here from Chad.
He definitely.
I'm curious what Steve thinks that both Chad and Cash are on. Is he going to go both calling with aces? Is he one calling with an ace and a king? I find it interesting that he bet the flush draw on the turn. He could have just checked, taken a free card there.
So Zach knows what kind of image he has.
He does. He knows he's tight.
And he knows, they know what kind of image he has. And so he's hoping that will have some play in this. Chad's coming with the raise.
Sometimes hoping is all you got. Sometimes you can check.
When you have the 10 deuce, yes.
Yeah. Well, he had outs. He had outs.
He still has
He could have bluffed the river. Yeah, but now he's going to call big hand.
Looks like Chad made it 400.
Indeed he did. 260 for Zag to call. Only the hearts are good.
This is a little bit of Hollywood. I don't know. I don't think there's a chance he's going to call. Only because...
Well, they're deep stack. He has position and they are deep stack. It's not a terrible spot, but the board is paired. He could have ace-king. He could be drawing dead already. But he could get paid if Chad does not have a boat already. I think it's an
interesting play from Zag because he could be up against a worse flush draw. Chad could have the ace-high flush draw right here.
Chad raised under the gun. Yeah, he could be up against a better flush draw, you're saying. Yeah, right. Yeah, he could be dominated. Yeah, which he was. Right. But just not. He didn't have enough flush draw out there. But yeah, that's another good point, Clem, is that the ace-high flush draw could have been out there. Right. But Zag did not have any removal to that ace or king, so it's very likely that Chad had
He lets it go. Good for him.
Yeah, lets it go.
You know, and that initial bet was really just to see where he was at. Yeah, I don't think, obviously, he thought he was ahead, but Chad let him know real quick. And he was holding something.
I was surprised that Cash didn't check raise with the ace-jack. He just basically, he almost check-folded the he check-called the ace and then check-folded the ace on the turn when the king paired. And there was a check raise, but...
These boys have been playing with each other. They've been playing with
Minute
each other for a little while, and so it all comes into play.
It does. Reese very slowly calls pocket threes. I think we're having some audio and video issues. I hope the audio is still coming in clear, but yeah, we're having some...
Suited king for E. We got a king jack for Cash. Everybody's coming along.
It's Limptown. They just played a big one there. They're limping. We're seeing. Reese is happy about that with his threes. Oh, look who else has threes. The second time we've seen a split pair. Threes and threes. Josh has been playing pairs very aggressively. I'd be curious to see if he 3-bets the button here, or if he bets the button here. Nope, he did. Yep,
yeah.
he did.
He made it 25.
Well, he ain't going to find no sets, that's for sure. Don's in there with ace king of diamonds. And just calls, does not 3-bet.
I don't like that at all.
Well, neither do I.
Again, he's slow playing a premium, but you never really want to do that.
You don't want to play
the whole table.
Yeah, you don't want to play ace king head multi-way with 75 people.
Yeah.
Cash flops jack on the front right now.
Then you just don't know where you're at. You have no idea. He's,
Cash bets.
He's in a bad spot.
What is cash gonna bet? Bets
like a
$60. It's a little bit of a small bet into to a $200 pot, a quarter pot size. Josh let it go. Looks like he let it go.
Yeah, and unfortunately for John, nobody really has anything to call him with. So I think he's gonna take this one down.
I think he's probably fine with that. Reese sad he didn't hit another set. Let's it go. It said jacks earlier. Reese was good.
Yeah, I think Don really he should have juiced it up.
Yeah, he should have taken it. I mean, there was enough in the pot there. Certainly, it was already about. But it was another caller 20. I mean, he could have made 75. Tried to get heads up, isolated at the very least. But it's tough to play big pots out of position. I understand not loving it. worst positions.
Very true.
We say only true things here at Red Star Social. No one has ever lied in a hand of poker over Red Star Social. Come play. Players are friendly. They tell you their hands. They're always honest. You will win lots of money, unless you lose. Here at the Red Star. But you'll have fun. We promise.
Either way,
Either way.
you'll
Come
have a good time.
come meet Clem. Come meet me. Come meet E. Come meet Steve with his hats. His various chapeaus. Come meet Scuba. Whole gang's fun.
We got a raise from Josh.
It's like a
$20. Yeah, $20 raise.
standard 20. Josh got a lot of pairs lately. Don again just calls with jacks. Don elects to just call. Doesn't want to put money into the pot with jacks, especially out of position. Let's see what the flop brings. Zag.
Come along with his
Yeah.
king.
A couple of suited cards in there. Yeah. This goes check, check, check. See, Josh is going to fire here. Don can't fold the way he's played these jacks. He's got to call. What's he going to do on the turn? This is what confuses me.
I think E has some devious plans with this pot.
He might have some nefarious intentions. He's letting it develop. He's letting it brew. He's seeing what the kettle brings. Turn is a 7 of clubs, which pretty good for E.
Don
Don just donks. Don just lets out. This is because Don doesn't know where Don is in this hand. He has no idea.
He hasn't a clue.
And the way he's played this, he's betting out the 7. What is that saying? 6, 7, Queen 7. That doesn't make much sense. Maybe he has a queen. Josh just calls. Josh has position this hand. I like Josh's position, but I don't love the way the hand's sort of unfolding. And the river is another 7. Breaks out. Don checks.
He checks back. I really thought E was going to.
That again, with the all-in jam.
I really thought E was going to.
I like this position
make a play
better.
at this pot, but he gave up.
Don just disgustedly mucks his hand. He knows. If he knew, heads up. This is the problem with these all-in jams. But good timing from Josh. Don has no clue where he was in that hand. And let's Josh steal it. Josh may have thought he had the best hand there.
Josh
Maybe
100%
not.
thought he had the
Yeah.
best hand.
I'm just trying to get value from something else,
He was praying for a call.
which is ironic. Got another bomb pot coming. So, variety of cards and equities and
PLO double board bomb
PLO.
pot, $5 ante. For those of y'all who are new to poker, it's a great break from home. Once a round, they'll play a bomb pot. No pre-flop action. Everybody antes. They get dealt 4 cards. We see 2 flops. It's a split pot game, meaning there's a winner from each board that will be awarded.
sometimes more than one.
Sometimes more than one, but there is definitely a winner from each board.
And usually more than one loser, I find.
There's a few losers.
There's usually a few losers for sure.
Looks like we got an add-on coming in.
Shark topping up, saying I want some chips for this mom pot. That will be valid behind. Board a 3-4 jack, 2 spades. Second board exists.
See some paint.
Yeah, me too.
Cards.
Let's call it a jack, a queen, and a 6 with 2 clubs. Scuba flopping a gut shot up top with a second nut club draw. Dry ace for Don, so that's good.
Pretty interesting
Reese,
holdings
Reese open ended.
so far.
See some spade draws out there. Reese out there with the king high spades. Doesn't look like anyone has the nut spades. Scuba's ace is pretty dry.
Looks like it checked around.
Does look like checked around. Jack and a deuce. Board is paired on the bottom board. Does anyone have a jack? No jacks. Anyone have a set? What's Scuba's got 5-7. Oh, Scuba hit the nut flush, or the king high flush, which is the nuts as we can see. He's best there.
Scuba might be a little gun shy because of the hand, the four-way hand he got into
The history.
a couple of palm pots ago. He got it in with third flush and got shaboinked, or however you want to say it. So yeah, he is. He's gonna lead out here, and he's gonna get some good news. I don't think Chad's gonna come along.
No, unlikely.
Oh, he did
and he
come
has
along.
well, he has the best hand both ways.
It looks like
He's got a scooper.
Looks like he is. Yeah.
He's got a scooper. No pair for Chad. So Ace King, the best hand, trips on the board. Chad did not straighten out either. So Scuba's got a scooper.
Chad looks like he's gonna bet.
Oh, that's an interesting bet.
I think Scuba checked to him. He did, and Chad's betting. And,
Chad's got no other way to win.
he's in a.
Scuba
Oh,
calls.
Scuba
Scuba calls. Well, table your hand, Scuba. Let's see. Just table your hand. This is something that, no, I don't care, obviously, but I just table your hand. Like, just table your hand.
You know. Yes, technically, yes. Just show your hand. Win or lose doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Because sometimes people screw up
They do.
and they misread their hand. Chad's getting bad news. He's discovering that he is not going to be awarded.
Chad is completely unsurprised by that. He had no pair. He had a pair of queens on the top. He had no pair downstairs. Chad has not delivered the bad news. Chad was aware of the bad news the second. He's just waiting for the pain to be over.
He attempted.
He attempted.
He attempted to buy it, and it wasn't for sale.
It wasn't for sale. It wasn't for sale. It was. Your wife looks beautiful. How much? Like, she's not Demi Moore. This is not an indecent proposal. She's not for sale. This isn't an indecent
You
proposal.
went way back.
I did
You
go
went
way
way
back for
back.
that. I went way back for that.
That was like middle school.
Wow. Am I older than you, Clem? I think I'm older
I don't
than
know,
you. How
but
old, how old are you?
I'm 45.
Okay. Well, you're older than me. So
Okay.
I guess, I don't know. Maybe your middle school and my middle school were different.
That's true.
Minimum bet of 135.
Yeah, it was a long time.
It was
a
a
long.
long
Demi
time.
Moore, young Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
E with Ace 7 raises it to 17. Soft 18. I think he did that wrong. I think he should have raised it to 18. Scuba, looking down at the 5-8, gives a call. Ironically, no one is playing the net game here. Shark comes along, 3-5.
Chad comes along with
Chad
the
comes.
5-4.
So we got a whole bunch of wheel cards as we go to a flop.
This is a very interesting hand here.
Yeah, flop comes deuce 3-4. We're gonna have some interesting action. So we get a deuce king 10 with two clubs. Well, that means he's gonna win this hand.
He's gonna lead out.
Yeah, aggression's gonna win this
And I
hand.
think if anybody makes any play at this pot, they're gonna take it down.
Nah, no
Everybody
one's-
folds, and
Chad folds in slow motion apparently. We have some fun graphical twists on our side. I don't know if you guys are experiencing them as well.
good hand by E. He knew where he was, and he knows anybody raises there, he gets
Yeah.
doesn't want to give up that bounty. $100 bounty on Big E's head.
Still unpaid. You could be the hero that claims it. Come to Red Star Social.
Got
Burn
a
it.
pocket full of bounties,
183.
guys. Pocket full of bounties, just ready to give them away. All you got to do is take E to the felt.
I've done it. It's doable.
No big deal.
It's not that hard. Just show up with aces, flop a royal flush, turn quads. You got it. No big deal. As Scuba looks down to a offsuit ace king, big slick, early position.
I hate to say it, but Scuba and premiums are just—they're not getting it done.
They're not made for each other right now. He's thinking about open folding this. He's literally thinking about just folding it.
And I don't blame him.
He's like,
okay.
this is the begrudging. I have to raise. I'm gonna make it so big. I'm gonna make it $60.
Opens for 60. Gets looked up by a queen jack. Oh, love it.
When it happened,
And Scuba is now filled with dread because he hasn't won a hand yet, and he's pretty sure he's gonna lose this one. As E calls comes along with a 9-10, and I guarantee a flop of deuce 9.
Man, Parker, why didn't y'all fucking tell me I was coming?
It is not. Scuba finally hits top. Wonders how could he be so lucky finally. Looking around, sizing up the pot. Probably gonna fire to 2/3 maybe. What's that? 150, 160. There you go. A little more than 2/3, almost pot size pot. Pretty dry board. I don't know what he wants to get called by there. It's a little much. Then again, last time 4-5 was called by like 7 people. 7 people had 4-5, which would have called him this spot. So Scuba knows his audience. It's just, math didn't happen this time.
For those of y'all who are just now joining us, if you have a glare at the bottom of your screen, that is coming off of the ever so buff head of our player C1 Scuba. Please avert your eyes.
I thought that we had a spotlight out there searching for like passing airplanes.
It's definitely potential eye damage warning.
I'm using
put on the bottom of the screen.
I'm using one of those solar.
You have your eclipse glasses?
Yeah, the eclipse glasses.
You have your
That's what I'm using.
Those are coming in handy for this guy.
Yeah. Well, as long as we only get them from the front, it's almost not as bad. Scuba's got a Jack 9.
That's a shiny dome.
It's a shiny dome. Well, he put a lot of work into it. And he makes it some amount between 16 and 19. I'm going to say 16.
Bag comes along.
He does.
King 10 off.
Josh going to call his Queen Deuce suited, I would imagine. Nope, he just walks away.
Josh is away from the table.
Ah, there you go.
Sharks
He would have
come
called.
along with Jack 8.
Cash calls, this King Queen.
He's in there with his
I remember,
as you do.
Got great board coverage. Look at this. We're anything. As long as flop doesn't come little, we could have some action. And of course, it comes 6 and 5, 2 clubs. So Scuba out in front with his top pair.
He's in bad shape.
Yeah.
He got a piece of it. I mean, he's got the gut shot, but he's definitely in bad shape. He Scuba is showing strength, and when he raised pre, nobody's gonna do the jack, right? He definitely doesn't.
Cash looking to float. I think Scuba should check raise here. He checked his 9. He's got top pair. It's all the guys. No one expected Jack 9, $16 to be there.
He may just flat peel one off.
Maybe it gives up a lot of equity to overcards. King, Queen, Jack. Well, the Jack is King, Queen, raise kind of thing. He likes to just call.
Larry won a big pot because he, so
Maybe he turns a 9, turns Jack. Turns a deuce. He's looking for a safe card.
Yeah, he's looking for a safe card.
They took all the
And
money.
it looks like
They took the
a 7 on the turn. If that's the case, he spiked the gutter.
I love that our graphics have not yet caught up to Clem, who is reading the pips on the
I
cards.
was definitely reading the pips on the cards.
And I think he's right. I think he's right. I squint and see a 7 as well, Clem. Our 40-year-old eyes.
It is a 7.
It is.
All
All
right.
right. All right, there we go. Celebration.
That's why they pay us
7.
$3.
That's right. Shark and E both turn a gut shot into a straight. Ironically, now Scuba.
I think Shark folded on the flop. Shark folded on the flop from Scuba's bet, and E is going to lead out on that turn on the river, which was another 7, and which was a terrible card for Scuba. And he pays off.
It was a terrible card. Scuba pays off. Small bet. Small pop. But yeah. Scuba's unhappy to have raised, hit, and then lost. And got sucked out on the worst hand one.
He got 4 outed and then
By a hand he dominated. But that has been that's sort of been the story of Scuba's night. I have to say he's had a couple of big hands and a couple of. It was E that did it to him last time also. Ace 10 versus the Kings.
Yeah. So he's got revenge on his mind, and unfortunately, this hand he had the goods.
Yeah, well.
We got to straddle this hand. Zag is straddling the nickel.
right at 20
Got the nickel on.
I was worried about extra.
I do like the straddle.
I do too. The straddle pots are just, they're just bigger. A bit bigger and better. No one wants small pots. You want big pots.
You want something to fight for.
Yeah. I've never said to myself in the morning, I'm gonna go play and I'm gonna win all the small pots I can. You know, I want to win all the
I'm
big
gonna
pots
turn this
possible.
$100
Into
to
105, 107. Cash raises with the Wayne Gretzky, $20.
Scuba with the suited queen, 7.
The computer hand.
It's a lovely little hand.
You know why it's called the computer hand, John? Or Clem? You do. Why don't we share with the audience?
I think they did some number running and they found it's the average holdings
Is the average holding?
that you will be dealt in a holding game.
Is the hand in which you beat half of all hands? Blind, all blind hands.
Zag raises the 80 with the king 10.
Spicy raise, king 10 off. He is,
It might work.
where is he? Yeah, he's got a very tight image.
He is.
Is he in the middle?
under the gun.
He's under the gun. Oh, he's under the gun.
And,
Gotcha.
and it might work because
It does not work.
I'm gonna just not complete that sentence.
It does not work. His cash goes all in, and Zag is
That
going
is
to be
definitely
forced.
gonna work.
That is going to work. Zag is going to be forced to fold. He can't call off with king 10. Scuba can't call off with
What
queen.
did you 600?
Yeah, that's going to that's going to take it down. Neither Scuba nor Zag want to play this hand for $600. Scuba is sad again because he's again put
He's
money
getting
in
away
the pot.
cheap. He's getting away cheap. He only put 20 in the middle.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. He just wanted to, have a shot at it.
Yeah, he just wanted to see
Flop.
he just wanted to see the hand grow up and to become all it could be, and it just John shattered his hopes and dreams.
So the problem with that play, I think, is Steve normally in that position has got a good hand. And he got lucky in that he didn't, because nines shrink up real quick.
Oh, they do for sure.
And
The last thing he wanted to hear was snap I call.
yeah, or how much?
Right,
How much
yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
You never want to hear
For
that.
sure, yeah.
You want to just see the card flat in the middle.
Because you know at best you're raising.
You're never happy when you have 2 nines and somebody calls you all in.
Oh, the red one, yeah. The red one.
This is a tournament. Sometimes I'll take a flip. You know. Also, sometimes they call the janky poo poo.
Alright, Josh is back at the table. He took a small siesta.
Oh, yeah.
Comes back to a suited ace, which is that's a nice deal if you can get it. Just calls, limps along. Shark also comes along, decides to bump it up a little bit, makes it 15.
I like Jack 10. Jack 10's a great hand. It's very playable. Chad bumps it up.
Flop 6 different straights, they're all the nuts.
Chad bumps it up with
Ace 9 off.
And look at it today, John. You know what
That's
I mean?
probably the bottom of his range in that position.
It is the bottom of his range position for sure. But we all do it from time to time.
Scuba comes along with the 9-7 suited.
My very favorite hand.
It's a good hand.
And Josh calls. He could flop a flush. You never know.
I think Shark is.
There's no way he's not calling at the very least. He might decide
Yeah, I thought he had some devious intentions.
some spidey senses going. Well, Chad has been generally speaking pretty tight. He's going to get a little bit of respect there. Go to a board of 8-4 king. No one connecting much.
We got a pair in somebody's hand. Josh makes bottom pair.
I think Chad's just going to bet and take it down, to be honest.
Check to Shark. Shark is in pretty rough shape. Chad, realizing that nobody has much.
I think Chad is just c-betting his whole range here.
There's a small chance he thinks he's ahead. I think if anybody had anything, we would have known it before the action got to him.
Dustin disagrees. He didn't see the 3-bet. Chad was 3-betting. king high. One big, two littles, maybe.
Yeah, I think Shark still has his devious intentions. I think are growing.
Well, he only has intentions because he doesn't have any hands.
And the shitty, well, not shitty thing, the crazy thing is it would have worked.
Oh, for sure.
Had he done it, it would have worked because there's no way Chad can make a
watching
play.
this, and then we're up.
Yeah, I think he killed him. I was like,
Okay.
As we're coming close to the end of our evening, I want to thank you all for watching with us here on the Red Star live stream. Still not too late to come out and play with us. It's still Big E's birthday all day and into the morning. We're going to be paying out those bounties. When do we stop?
And we have cake.
We have cake.
There's cake for everybody.
I think pizza? Maybe not.
Yes,
Definitely cake.
There's definitely cake. And there's definitely pizza.
Well, either way, we'd be happy to see you. Action's been pretty good tonight. We've had a lot of fun pots. Hopefully we have a couple more before we have to say goodbye. Reese looks down to a pair of nines. Nine's the hand of the day, it seems. Everyone seems to have had their turn with Brain Gretzky.
Don limps with the ace jack.
Again, my horse for net of the night. Sorry, Don. I love you.
Yeah.
Two callers.
Sick John comes along with his 25. And Shark has ace king. He was in the straddle. Question is he going to call or is he going to raise?
He
He's gonna
bumps
raise.
it up. We're
He's
going,
gonna-
looks like 80. Nope, looks like 130. Don gets out. He
So,
knows where he's at.
what is Reese going to do? Does he want to just call? Does he want to rip it? He's proposing some sort of deal, perhaps? I don't know.
Well, there's two other players behind him.
Yeah. Well,
If he goes with what's trending with players with the pocket nines,
And then
that
tech
means
like
he's
right in the
probably
tournament.
gonna jam here.
I think that's a bad jam. I think Reese is probably thinking about a call here. If he just calls, puts him in a weird spot. He just likes to let it go. Just takes the 3-bet and just lets it go. Yeah. I think at that stack. Well, looking at Shark, he's only got 453. I might have, just looking at stack sizes in that situation, I might have just ripped it and gone, or just called. Can't do too much damage. He didn't have that much money. Nines are pretty good. 6 best. Anyway, Steve looks down at the button. It's like no straddle on this hand.
Chad's away from the table. Don is gonna look down at decent holdings.
Yeah, he's gonna raise it up. He's gonna see if he can play this for a little raise. Only makes 10. Very reasonable. Might maybe try to induce a big 3-bet so we can shove it down someone's throat.
He comes along with a 6-3 off.
Scuba in there with a 9-10 of clubs for sure. Might be bumping it up, yeah. He's got good position too. See if he can't isolate. He's got a raise for sure. Yep, there we go. Scuba makes it 40. Josh gonna get in there. Josh and Shark both in there with some reasonable holdings. Josh gonna call with his ace jack suited. Shark gonna call. And Don's got no choice. Don should raise this 100% of the time. Let's see what happens.
It looks like Shark bumped it up. He made it 130.
Oh, that's an interesting move.
Don, you're right. Don should be raising here.
Don should absolutely be raising here, especially as much raising as Shark has done. Shark's VPIP is super high.
Lets it go.
He just lets it go.
Very interesting.
Well, 5 bets are often, 4 bets and 5 bets are often big hands. But Shark's been in a lot of hands. He's been 3-betting and 4-betting pretty loud. I'm surprised Don just lets that go. But Scuba calls with a 9-10. Not afraid to play his suited connector. jack with a deuce 8-6. Also Josh in there. So the worst hand folded. Best hand folded. Yeah, no one with any pairs on this flop. Gut shot for Scuba.
Oh my.
Backdoors for Josh.
Interesting situation here. Nobody has anything. It checks around. We go to a turn.
Which pairs a board? Got a deuce.
Josh has to. I think Josh has to. He likes to check. I think it's a bad check. I think he needs to put out a bet and see where he's at.
Well, certainly if Shark had any pair over 9s, any hand that he should be 3-betting with, it's interesting that he didn't bet the flop. It's low, but there's a flush draw in there. He's going to make it delayed c-bet, as they say. $100 here. What's Scoop going to do? He's going to find some heart. He's going to raise it up.
I think he calls. Josh made it 150. He puts out 2
I
black
see.
chips and calls.
Okay, good call.
Get some delay down
Very
the ace
observant.
high.
Tough with the graphics.
Wow.
8 of clubs, double paired board.
Be interesting to see how this goes.
Shark now has the best hand.
Shark
4-bet, and he is now has the best
Scuba
hand.
knows he has to bluff,
He does.
and it's a great bluff because it's going to get through.
well,
there's no way he's calling with
unless
queen
he
high.
jams. Unless he jams.
Shark might smell a rat.
I mean, any straight draw is not really. He's beating any of the in the straight draws
He's
on the
beating
flop.
9-7, and 9-7 makes
Yeah.
sense right here.
Or I mean, he's losing to ace of diamonds. He's losing to ace of hearts. Any ace high heart draw, any ace.
Yeah, he just can't seem to put him on a hand.
He can't really put it together.
But he knows that queen high is probably not going to be good at showdown. So
Do you think?
it's either fold or jam?
Well, that's for sure true, Clem. Do you think that he's perhaps confused because he 4-bet out of position the queen jack over Don's opening under the gun raise? Do you think he maybe lost because of how he played the hand?
There's definitely some shenanigans.
Yeah, I think he's guilty of some of them here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
Wow.
lets it go. All right. Rolls his eyes. I think that's him rolling his eyes at himself too. But
10 high gets it through.
that was
That's
that was
such
a
a good hand.
that was a creative one, and
Well, good game, boys.
glad we could bring it to you.
Lots of good action. Come down to Red Star. Come see us.
Indeed.
183 in Burnett. We're open all the time. Games start at noon. We'll go until nobody wants to play anymore. Tonight's Big E's birthday. $100 bounty on his head. We got cake, pizza. Promotions are all doubled tonight. We're also doing a hourly bonus. Hourly promo. $6 an hour. $500 min. 1,000 max.
Doubles on the high hands we discussed. But thanks again for spending this little bit of time with us. We hope you enjoyed it. And that's all from Clem, Nick, and Dustin in the booth. Have an awesome weekend, and happy birthday, Big E.
Thank you, Austin. Good night.